Welcome to PBKC Streaming Live. Streaming Live. Streaming live, West Palm Beach, Florida.
And we are live from the Palm Beach Kennel Club. I'm Terry.
I'm Sal D.
Guess what, boys and girls? It's Thursday. You know what that means.
Omaha.
Omaha, PLO, Blue 42, set. Hey, hey.
Wait, are we calling audibles?
No audibles. Hot streak, hot routes.
Would you please just go stand on the other side?
We're going to jump right into the action today, guys. We have 2 tables remaining in our 3K guarantee $150 buy-in. And it's going to be a good one. Actually, we don't have 2 tables left. We have 3 tables, 19 players. 1 more player down. We will be going to 2 tables.
The minimum amount of tables you can have before a final table
Is 2 tables? Man, our math is good. We math it sometimes.
Yep. Well, you need to know a little bit of the math. You know, my dad always used to say, son, there's 3 kinds of people in this world. Those that know math and those that don't. And then my dad didn't talk like that, but he never said that.
You never said that? Damn.
King, double king for Benny. Mr. Bet himself.
Mark does have trees. There is no flush draw. There is no current flush. There is no current boat. 3 threes is going to take it. Man, I love Omaha. I love everything about it. Not so much the city, never been there, but the game where you get 4 cards is it's kind of my favorite. I mean, Hold'em's great, you know, it's the Cadillac, but PLO is the Range Rover or the stretch limo or the Gremlin, if you may. It's the classic. It's the DeLorean. PLO is it's the fanciest of all pokers, in my opinion. Some like pineapple, some like crazy pineapple, some like oak tie. Blue 42 said, ho, 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 ho. This is very interesting that oak tie says hello, but Restream is telling me we have 0 viewers. That's impressive. I don't know how that's really possible. Oak tie, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? We got a veritable who's who, and also on the other table, we got some local Palm Beach Kennel Club legends. We got former dealers. We got longtime players. It's going to be a fun one. Hey, what a coincidence. Jeff flopping the nuts. Set of kings, but we got some outs. Chuck has a monster. Chuck has a wrap and a flush draw. Wow. What would you take there? Flush and a wrap or top set? Flush draw, or not a flush, but a flush draw. Flush draw, wrap, or the set of kings. Well, let's see what Jeff thinks. Jeff liked his hand until he saw what Chuck has. Now he's not so sure. Chuck's 60-40 loser. Wow, that's 6 of diamonds. That's a fade. Wow, Jeff hits quads on the river. Easy game. Easy game. Good to hear it, Oak Tie. See if we can reset this restream right here, and they can give us the correct amount of viewers. I like to know the correct amount of viewers. Makes me feel good about where I'm at in life and in this Twitch world. Still up 2. We have 2. That may or may not be correct. I don't know. I feel like we have actually hundreds watching right now, but we'll get more. Yeah, Oktay, we got the Twitch and the YouTube viewers. So we got you on one, and then we got hundreds on YouTube watching.
All right, quit talking about me. I'm back.
Oh, shenanigans?
Shoot, we got Chuck at the table? Oh, my.
Dude, Chuck just had the world. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard Jeff got quads,
He did.
so he didn't have the whole world.
No, just a quadrant. He just had a hemisphere.
Yeah. And then Jeff took over.
It's almost like Jeff knew it was coming.
It's leg day for Jeff, you know what I mean? Thursday.
Jeff has a monster here, too. Ace, King, Jack, 10, double suited. Okay.
Oh, you double suit?
Not the best flop for that hand, though. I would rather take the set of sixes and the set of eights from
Shoot.
Brett.
we got Oaks and Nance chiming in already.
Aw, I love you.
Wow,
guys.
right away. We love it, man.
Love you guys.
Right on cue. You're better than Chatbot. Remember?
Chatbot.
Remember Chatbot? Oh, no, Nightbot.
Nightbot, yep.
Nightbot.
Oh.
Oh, we loved us some Nightbot. That was like 30 minutes worth of commentary right there. What's going on here, Jeffy? Jeff caught the queen. He was begging for the queen with that hand. He's like, just put the queen out and I'll be good. Well, the queen came, and you're still no good.
Brett shows him, you know how hard it is to flop two sets? It ain't easy. But Brett just went ahead and did it.
Yeah. He's opening it.
We got Keemon in the box.
He's opening a can of whoop ass. Remember
Keemon.
that? Remember when you used to open cans of whoop ass?
Honestly, I would just take that can of whoop ass and I would throw it at people. I didn't have time
Yeah.
to open it. I just
Okay.
chuck it right between their eyes.
Well, you got to open it up, man.
Nah.
Wow. Why are they? Wait. Too many
Chip,
cards,
chip,
Key.
chip.
Too many cards. What are you doing? Oh, this is Omaha.
Blue 42, sir.
Remember how you were saying how much you loved Omaha?
I did.
You
say
know what
that.
I was thinking?
Tell me.
I love Omaha too, and here's the reason why.
Is that where you met your wife?
It's just no. It's not the weather. It's not the weather. It's the people, and that's why I love Omaha. Double the views. We got 5. Can we get 10? How about 20?
Brett's got a monster again.
Double
I like
the
that
viewers.
hand. Let's see how the flop
Double
looks.
the fun.
Oh, that's a pretty good hand for Brett. Jeff actually flopped
Triples?
a set of well, it's not a set. He flopped tree deuces.
Trade him.
Brett got a nut flush draw and some backdoor straight draws. Actually, all of those backdoor straight draws give Jeff a boat. So
Man, I never know whether a yellow chip is not a gold chip is a red chip sometimes on when they have that camera angle. I'm like, oh, raise it up to 7. And you're like, no, that's just a call.
pretty sure that's Jeff with a boat on the river.
Wow, it looks like I had a couple beers here.
Oh, now you're better.
Okay, I'm back.
Chuck has deuces
Full house.
full.
Yeah, king no good. You full house today, baby.
Oh, how baby?
I love the one lady. No matter what you had in Ultimate Texas Hold'em, or no matter what she had, like if you beat her, and she would just say, "Full house." I go,
Board's
"No,
not even paired.
no full house. No full house today. Sorry.
Oh man,
No, you have pair of twos.
we
No full house, baby. Oh, she was the best. She would crack us up.
Speaking of the best, I'd like to take just a quick second and send
Thank
the best.
myself.
Oh
No,
man,
just
you.
kidding. Just kidding.
Never mind. I'll do it later. You ruined it.
Speaking of the best.
You ruined it. Oh man, we got Alan and Gino at the feature table.
Speaking of the best, I'd like to take this time to apologize to absolutely no one. That was.
Sal, where's your DP over there?
I'm on the just had a chicken Sammy. I'm not ready for sugar yet.
Okay.
My body right now is like, did you eat all the leftovers last night before you went to bed? Did you go home and just crush all the leftovers and make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then eat a blueberry muffin? Did you do that?
Your body's.
Maybe we'll skip the DP for a second or two, huh? Love that tall Josh Joey D, the Snap God, our tournament director, and Jacob running everything superbly.
That's true.
Pew, 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 pew.
Is that Steph? Steffi Mo in the chat?
Who? Steph
No,
Mo?
that's her. That's her. One of her many catchphrases.
Man, I don't get to work with her, so I don't know all of her catchphrases.
Buddy, that's like the top dog.
Top dog?
Wow, look at Gino's hand. Gino has the world. Mark has top 2. Brett's got top. Wayne has nothing. Wow,
Wayne.
Gino actually has a monster here, though. Gino has a super wrap and a pair. I think I'll take that hand.
A super wrap.
Yeah, man, super wrap.
It sounds like
It was born on Krypton.
Delicious.
Born on Krypton with aioli.
Oh.
Bink. Oh, wow, no bink.
Uh-oh.
Fwah, 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 fwah.
Uh-oh. Something just popped. Something happened. We need technical difficulties here.
Ruh-roh.
We saw a black screen flash.
And now...
It said something, and now it is in slow motion. How's the audio? Can you hear me? Is the audio okay?
Nancy, is it... how's it looking over there?
Obviously,
on the
the visual is messed up on our end, but is the audio okay, Nance? Can you hear us? Are we chopping broccoli?
Yeah, we're a little chopping broccoli over here.
Chopping broccoli. Broccolini. Gino with the super wrap gets there on the river. Straight to the yak. I mean queen. I mean king. No. It was the queen. 10-8. I don't know exactly what's happening here.
So this is just on our end right here because it looks like on Twitch it's coming through pretty good. Give us a quick second, guys. We'll be right back.
Yo.
Thanks for the heads up, Nancy. Yeah, we're having a little broadcast problems here, but it is working fine on that end. Anyway, back to the action. We got Brett flopping the nuts. No big deal.
Okay. Alan is getting a massage. We're back. Alan's getting a massage, folks. Breaking news. We got Gino in here. He's trying to take down a little back-to-backer. Hits the nothing. And Brett gets the flush. Old nut flush Brett, as we call him, as he's known.
Everybody knows him as that.
One time I was like, hey, Brett. He wouldn't answer. Brett. I was like, nut flush Brett. He was like, yes. Hey, what's up? How can I help you, Sal?
And you needed something from him, right? Like a
No, I just want to say hi.
You needed a stamp. No, I was there. I was there. You needed a stamp.
Yes, a stamp of approval. You're right. I needed a stamp.
Stamp D's.
You can't stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. A lot of strategy goes into a regular old Omaha game. And then the complexity of a multi-table tournament puts that much more complexity on top. Mark no stranger to this Omaha world, no stranger to multi-table tournaments.
But he is strange.
He is stranger than the average.
Mark.
Yep, and that's why we like him, because he's an interesting person, and interesting people are interesting. Anywho, Gino, with the undisclosed hand, seems to have all the chips.
He has more than the
175K.
average Gino, that's for sure. Someone's got to tell him how to put his cards in the box.
Hey, Gino's this and Gino's that.
What is Gino?
Gino knows Jack, because Gino can't
Gino
rap.
no D.
But, you know,
Hey, guess what? First
He might
place
rap. He
in
might be
this
a great rapper.
PLO tournament is $1,700.
Dara?
Pretty good. A little 10x on your money for a little midday tourney. No big deal.
No table sound on YouTube. We had to lower it because it was chopping broccoli.
What about now, Oaktai?
Yeah, now you can hear it. But we get all the distorted. Woo! It's like chopping broccoli in the earphone, but that's okay. You know what I mean? We'll make through. We just can't commentate on the comments down below. Table side. Benny puts out a small blind.
You want me to cut that audio back out?
Maybe we can just turn it down here so we don't hear it in our headphones. I don't know.
Yeah, then we wouldn't be able to hear each other. And I like hearing you.
Volume in headphones, not recording. Didn't do nothing.
Someone lied.
Alan, he's a Omaha beast. My man's playing big time Omaha games.
Played a cash game with Alan last week.
Oh yeah?
I did.
And
Well, I mean, he got a kind of a big stack, and then he kind of locked it up a little bit. Then he only played aces, and I didn't like that very much, and so I had to crack him.
on Omaha?
Blue 42, blue 42.
Oh yeah, you're playing Omaha?
Buddy, I told you, it's my game.
Oh, me
It's
too.
my city, it's my game.
Me too.
No,
That's all I play is Omaha.
They definitely spelled his name wrong.
I play a couple multi-tables, but that's about it. But other than that, it's cash Omaha. Straight cash only. The complexity with the multi-table tournament, though, has me absolutely flabbergasted. Once these blinds start getting up, the strategy, the hand selection, I don't even know how to manage.
The manage is you just pot, you know.
It's just jam, jam, jam.
Jimmy Jam, Jam Talk.
Wait, I thought Jimmy Jam
Oh, that's a pretty good hand for
Wayne.
Chuck.
and Wayne
The Chuckster has a set of tens. Wayne has
It
top
all.
pair, and well, not all.
On a
Yeah,
rainbow.
he does. You're right. He's got top pair and a
got
wrap.
everything.
But, you know, we've seen hands like this, hit quads on the river. But that's only when Jeff plays it.
Chuck,
Set of tens, super wrap.
it's a coin flip.
Chuck Wayne.
Chuck Wang. Wow, what a
Are
strong
we
name.
binking it? Wow, super bink.
Binked it.
Any chances for a board pair? Nope. That's going to
Negative.
be a super Broadway for Wayne. Everything's super today. It's Super Thursday.
Super Rap Broadway.
Chuck just realized that he's on the ass end of all of these hands. So before he had the super wrap and it missed, and this time the other guy had the super wrap and it hit. So when he has the set, he loses. When he has the wrap, he loses. But look at Chuck. He's still in a really good mood.
The common denominator is
Chuck.
I blame the Cowboys hat.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It's more than likely what's going on here.
No, you're 100% right. Oaktie, my guy Sal, just had the California chicken sandwich from the Paddock restaurant. Let me tell you what that had on it. Goat cheese, arugula, a brioche bun. I don't know if it's brioche, but it was a delicious bun. The aioli was very Italian. and
Mayo-y.
delicious. Yeah, very mayo-y. quite creamy.
Did you tell them about the onions?
I told him that you should have got them, but I didn't get that
No, but they
information to
gave
him in
me
time.
onions. They just weren't grilled.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
I enjoy. You know what? I don't mind a little bit of the bite of the red onion.
I love all onions. You know I make my own pickled red onion? Like
Pickled red?
weekly. I make my own pickled red onions that you can put
Weekly,
on.
huh?
Buddy, weekly.
Okay, give me the recipe, quick.
So basically, you just cut up the red onions in a pot. You'll take some distilled vinegar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of honey, mix it all together, bring it to a boil. You take the chopped onions, you put it in a mason jar, then you dump the hot liquid over it. It's good to go in about 2 hours. Put it in the fridge, and you got pickled red onions. Good for about 2 weeks. It's delicious.
No peppercorn or nothing like
So
that.
you can do all that stuff too, but I try to keep it
Simple?
relatively simple, just for
Yeah,
any
like
passersby.
Asian.
Yeah, but I mean it's good
Almost.
for tacos.
Ooh,
It's
do you
good
ever
for
do it with the
salads. It's good-
rice wine? Try a rice wine vinegar one?
I do not, but
Like
what I
a
do is
kimchi kind of, yeah.
I don't, but that actually sounds delicious. I love
Yeah.
me some rice wine.
You got to get the good vinegars though, right?
So actually, what I
Or
do
no?
is I get the huge 2-gallon jug of distilled vinegar.
Yeah.
Just because it's
You want
cheaper
it to
and
be clean though.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's better. The simple. You don't want the flavor. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the whole thing. It is so simple, and it's very. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just very simple, and because it's distilled, it doesn't have that really hardcore vinegar
Right.
taste because it's got a little bit of water.
Oh, okay.
It's got a little bit of water
Okay.
already in the. Oh, man.
All right. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm a sucker for it. I mean, I'm eating pickles.
So that recipe, you could basically.
What else am I eating?
I mean.
Oh, I love the. You know, at Aldi's they have the sauerkraut from Germany.
They don't have that Austrian kraut.
No, because I think it's a German company. So Aldi's every now and again, you'll look around and they'll have like some super authentic, like good German product.
Mm-hmm.
So Ace King 7-4 for Gino. Didn't
Gino's
hit
got
anything.
the straight draw and the backdoor flush draw, but he's not trying to pay off Mark. That was a really good bet on Mark's part. He just shows the sevens, which is really all he had. So
Yeah.
it's actually a really good bet in first position there.
Well-
You're not going to see too much of that in this tournament because the blinds are getting high, but I really like the way Mark played that.
Allen 20%, Mark 100%. And here's the thing, Mark, he's prone to punt. All right, he's prone to punt.
But that's
However,
also how he has a big stack. Like,
Yeah.
in a lot of these.
with
Omaha
that
tournaments.
said, that's kind of part of his charm. You know what I mean? And if he's zigging and zagging in the right direction, man, he is a trouble player.
Yep.
You do not want you really don't know where you sit with him.
Yep.
He could be betting on sevens right there or the nuts. Either way, he's still firing.
Exactly.
In Omaha, especially when this game gets tentative, if Mark can last the first half of this stream, then he's going to be trouble because people start tightening up. Benny, our good friend Benny, who is just a force of goodwill at
He's
the
a
table.
gem. He's an actual gem.
Yeah, he's a gem, an energetic gem. At no point in time has a malicious bone in his body.
I really like this raise out of the big gun from Gino. With the big stack, I mean, it's obviously a really good hand. Double suited, ace, king, 5-7. He's got a lot of the board. He's got the lows. He's got the highs. And he's got a lot of limpers, so, punish them with the big stack.
Well, that's all. That's what I see here is that you can't be limping like this. You know what I mean? He's got 175K, so he's gonna flex it right here. Especially Allen, 20% VPIP.
Not
Brett,
anymore.
about as tight as possible.
He's going to make Brett pay to see this, and let's see if Gino likes the flop. Yeah, I think he likes it.
Smashes the flop, immediately bets, C-bet, out of position. Brett's going to look and see if he's got a club draw. If he's got a club draw, he's probably going to call. Otherwise,
even if he's got a club draw, it's not a board you really even want to call on just because you're assuming the other guy has an ace and if the other cards pair. I mean, obviously Gino's got 9 more outs to a full house.
You're right. And even when you hit your flush, you can be bet off because it's your whole tournament. You know what I mean? It's not like you can just rebuy.
Yep. I love Gino keeping the pressure on here. Obviously, Brett doesn't have a full house, or he would have. I mean,
Now's the time to bet.
10, but yeah, exactly.
I do like checking the turn a lot, but not in this position.
Not on that one.
Not
on
in
a
this
red
position.
10. Nope.
Right. Not in this position. You don't want to give Gino another card. You could just win it right here, and he does. Nice bet.
Looks like Gino's going to show him. Nope. Looks like he's about to show him, but
He was thinking about it. That's for show.
listen, when you're racing with ace king 5-7 and the flop comes ace ace 9, we're not checking. We're not trying to be cute and let Buddy see a free card. So, Gino rarely makes mistakes when it comes to tournament poker, and it shows right there. Gino makes many final tables here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. He's a very well-known tournament player in South Florida, and I got a feeling, sometime in the near future, Buddy's going to make some really big cashes. So I wish him luck. He's always a nice guy and a really good player. So, and no, I'm not talking about myself. I'm still talking about Gino.
Well, what a glowing
That was really nice, wasn't
player
it?
profile there.
Yeah, it was.
He's a beautiful man. He christened my child.
He makes a really good pickled deviled egg. Funny story. Well, it's not
He's
that
brilliant. He's handsome.
funny.
Women want to be with him, and men want to be him.
You ever been to a Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
So
Come on, what are we talking about? This glorified gas station that people can't. They go there one time and that's it. Oh, I love Buc-ee's.
So he's been to Buc-ee's.
I've never been to Buc-ee's.
Sounds like you've been to a Buc-ee's.
No, I've never been to Buc-ee's, but I swear to whatever.
Whoever.
Wow.
I don't know if I like the call out of Wayne here with just the 10-4 suitor with an ace king. Not many hands.
I swear for the sake of potatoes. Okay, tell me about how good Buc-ee's is. Did you take a shower there? Did you get lunch?
Hear my story about Buc-ee's?
Yeah. Did you get the T-shirt? Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if we're ready for this.
Y'all ready for this? I ordered a sub. They had a sub and chicken wings. They also had Chinese food.
So listen,
I filed my
chicken
taxes.
Burritos. They had
Go
chicken
ahead.
burritos waiting for me. Okay, delicious. They had Philly cheesesteak burritos waiting for me, all delicious. Pulled pork, brisket, chopped brisket, 2XL brisket sandwiches. Let me tell you about these brisket sandwiches. Anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about. So I'm walking around, all kinds of beautiful stuff in Buc-ee's. They got beautiful macrame and toys and bathing suits.
Wait a second. Whoa. You
No,
just
no,
said
no,
a
no,
word.
no.
You
Listen,
just said a word.
listen,
I don't know what it is.
I'm
Can you
not-
please tell the viewers what macrame is? I don't know what that is.
I'm not done yet. So I'm walking around the store. You know what macrame. Everybody knows.
What is
Come
macrame?
on,
What are you
macrame is.
talking
Everybody knows
about?
Listen, if you don't know, then
Small
it's
May?
too expensive. Okay.
Small May? No, macro, large.
Macro May is large
Big
May.
May.
That's the biggest May.
Yeah,
Yeah.
macro May.
Yeah, macro May. It's not micro May. Macro
Yeah.
May, buddy. So I'm walking around the store. They have a pickled section, right? Pickled.
Ooh, hey.
Pickles, pickled.
Oh,
pickled
this
eggs.
is a callback,
This
folks.
is a callback. 100%. Yeah. You're not supposed to tell them. You're supposed to let me, do it. But so.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
I
Go
appreciate
ahead.
it. Thank you. Let me finish. I've been trying to tell the story for 5 minutes yet. So I'm looking at all the different delicious pickled things they have there, and this one thing said spicy pickled quail eggs. Colored me interested. So I pick it up. I'm about ready to put it in my cart. Yes, they have carts at the gas station. I'm about ready to put it in my cart, and this little old lady is talking to her little old lady friend. And I don't remember the name she said, but let's just say it was Gladys.
Gladys
She
Knight.
said, Gladys,
Do you want these quail eggs?
I've had those quail eggs before, and let me tell you, my ass was on fire. And I put that shit right back. I was like, listen
Thank
to this.
God, because I thought you were going with I had the quail eggs and they were delicious, because I promise you they weren't.
Can I tell you something? They actually looked delicious, and had Gladys not been there to stop me, I would have taken the chance of setting my
Okay,
ass
you
on
heard it
fire.
here first, folks. Pickled eggs. They're actually good.
Could be. So it looks like Chuck's got a monster here. He's got a double gutter and the nut flush draw, also known as the royal flush draw. And it looks like he's going to get away with this. Mark's thinking about calling with an open-ender, but he's also realizing that if the jack comes, his straight might not be good. And guess what? It would not be. Is this one of those moments you were talking about? Is this
Where
a
is he
Mark
going?
moment? Is this a Mark moment?
Oh.
Come on, Mark. Mark, think better of it. Mark, think better.
Spade.
Nope. Mark did not think better of it.
What's
Mark,
he got?
He's just got an open ender. That is literally it.
Oof.
And one of them is not good if he catches the jack, which Chuck obviously has two of.
Oof.
Chuck would have a higher straight. So Mark is
We
drawing.
got Gino to fold.
Mark's drawing to a non-six of spades, and that is it. Kimon only frames the 9-7. The other two don't even matter.
That's good. Smart.
6? Nope. And
He needs a 6.
That ain't it.
That is not a 6.
We're gonna win with aces and jacks.
Oh my goodness.
I like Mark's tattoo though. He's got like the little. You see how the ace of spades is like on the retractable. You see that, the retractable gizmo on his forearm, like it's about to shoot out. Like he needs. I like that. I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen just the ace of spades on the forearm. I've never seen
the retractable gizmo.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty smart.
It's pretty good.
pretty smart.
Pretty.
Gino's still at 175. Chuck doubled up, and now he's in second place here at this table, this featured table. Mark is now in push territory with 12 big blinds.
I don't think he has 12 big blinds. I think he has 12,000. Oh, is big? I'm just gonna stop talking. You probably know what you're talking about more than me.
Just read it.
That doesn't mean it's right though. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's anything.
So why did I even say anything?
So let's just do the math here. He looks like he's got about
12
12,000
big
there.
blinds.
No, he's got 12,000 there, and the blinds are 1,015. So he's got less than 12 bigs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't always believe what you read, buddy. Sometimes you just have to make your own decisions based off your own facts that you gather yourself.
Well, he's also has more than 12,000. Is the other thing.
He definitely doesn't. Ace, queen, 5, 2 diamonds. Don't know what Chuck has. Big shock. Looks like Gino has the best hand at the moment.
Mean Gene.
Now Brett has kings, a set of kings. I don't see a straight out there. Don't see a flush out there. But again, Chuck has done nothing yet. Brett's going to come out firing with a set of kings, even though a flush beats him and a straight beats him. It's an interesting bet, but I guess when you're short stacked, you just kind of make your own decisions. Gino making a really good fold with top 2. All right, yeah. See, this is how you know Chuck has something, because he calls. Even though we can't see his cards, I mean, obviously he's got a flush or a straight.
Yeah, I was going to say, through process of elimination, we can at least say that he's got the flush draw.
Well, there's no draw. There's flush. That'll do it.
Yep.
Jack high flush. Pretty good. Chuck on the comeback trail.
Still in second place, but knocked a player out. Added to his stack. Chuck's rocking and rolling now, baby. Forget about it.
Oh, Chuck rock and roll, baby. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. La, 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 la. Not much.
Got
of
Patty
a
coming in.
girlfriend.
Old Mr. Tiller.
You're the only one I got. La, 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 la. He always looks so happy to be here. I enjoy watching him deal and watching him on stream. He's always a ray of sunshine.
Tiller?
Yeah.
Ray of Sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
No? Maybe we're thinking of somebody else. We're thinking of two different Tillers.
He's my little ray of sunshine. Who, Patrick Tiller, my little ray of sunshine? Mark under the gun here. He's got a decision
I got a little
to make.
situation for you. Tell me what you think about this. So I'm playing in a tournament the other day at a venue which I will not name.
Mm-hmm.
And playing tournament, blinds are 1,000, 2,000. The small blind has two 500 chips in to represent their 1,000 chip small blind, correct? Somebody calls 2,000 mid position, comes down to the small blind. He wants to make it 6,000. Throws in a 5,000 chip, and so to make it 6,000. Is that a raise or a call? Because he just throws in one chip.
Did he pick up the other chip?
He did not.
Then it's just a call.
Just a call. Just throwing in one chip is a call, even though he throws it on top. Now, if he had picked up,
Did he
those
grab the other one back, or did he leave it there and then say raise? I don't know.
He left it there. Took the 5,000 chip, put it on top of the 2 chips, took his hand back, left the 6,000 out there, but that's all he did.
Yeah, the way I always say it is, if he touched the other chip while he threw that out, then it's a raise. If he just threw an oversized chip out, then obviously it's just a call, unless otherwise stated. And he only has like a couple seconds to say it. If he didn't state anything and he just let it go and let the action continue to go, like as if it was a call, then no good.
That's a pretty good turn for Jeff. Jeff's got queens full eights. He's going to take this one down.
And
Yeah, no, that was the dealer's ruling as well. Now, if he had taken the 5,000 chip, picked up the 2 500s, basically just in one motion, and then thrown it out like that, didn't pull them back and then put it back in, but just taken.
Yeah. No, that's a raise.
So if he had picked them up, and
Yep.
then
It even goes as just people that are savvy, they just, throw it on top and barely touch the chip. But as long as it's like, you know what I mean, you know what a raise looks like, and you know what an oversized chip looks like, and it's like the dealer has to immediately clarify and then let them know that an oversized chip under every circumstance, unless otherwise stated, is always going to be a call.
it's a good ruling, Sally. That's what the dealer said, and that is also that we didn't call the floor over, but I did go over and ask the floor just a little point of parliamentary procedure.
Yeah.
And he agreed with your assessment as well.
And then what I really do is I say, is he a good tipper? And then if the answer is yes, I'll be like, what do you want to do, buddy? No, we're going to rule him this way. Okay, there it is. Folks, money make a world go round, baby. Okay?
Moneymaker.
Is he good? Is he good at the table? What does he want to do? You know what I mean?
You want to hear something funny? So I'm playing the cash game at this venue, and you give them your player's card, and there's a little screen on there that says everybody's name and what seat you're in, right?
Yeah.
And so a dealer comes to the table, and we had dealt a long time ago together in one of the local bar poker scenes, right? And I said, "Oh, Danny, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, hey, man, what's going on?" I was like, "You don't remember me, do you?" He's like, "No, I remember you." I was like, if you remember my name, I'll give you $5." And he looks down and he says, "Terrence?" I said, "Oh, you're good, you."
Here's your 5.
Oh, Sal's been drinking again.
3-way all in here.
It's a pretty good flop for ace-10. Not as good as ace-jack, though. And ace-jack's going to hold up.
Oh, no spades. Mark's gone.
Mark's gone. Gino is no longer around.
Oh, no, Mark has a full house. He tripled up.
He hit the 9 on the rivers.
He tripled up.
Wow, that was a good time for that, huh?
Yeah.
That was really good timing.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 5. Plus the big blind Annie. 11, 5. 12,000 on the nose. Terry was right all along, folks. It was 12,000 on the nose.
Weird. So weird. That's so weird when Terry knows things. Not often, but he does, yeah.
Not often, but when he does, he hammers it home. Gino lost.
Alan's still getting a massage.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a while. Corey, I hope you're ready.
I tell you what, I think Corey might be one of the nicest, sweetest people I have ever met in my entire life.
I listen. I'm on to her.
I've actually seen her mad before too.
Have you seen her mad? No, I haven't. It's been 20 years.
So is that a private game?
I'm telling you,
Is that a private game?
I am on to her. There is no way that she can continue this pace up. There's got to be something going on.
Something's gonna give.
No. There's something going on. Something would have already given.
So it did. So there was a player at one of the.
She's
got
to be like. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're
real
never
quick.
sorry. You always do it, and it always hurts.
Wait,
my feelings.
1 second. She's got to like. She's got to seriously like be doing some like,
Yoga?
watch your kittens. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't know. I literally don't know what you mean.
Oh man, I mean.
So
She has always been just unbelievably nice. All right,
there
so go
was
ahead.
she is also massaged at a private game that I frequent, and she
Private game.
yes.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay, and so, so she's just as sweet at those games. She's wonderful,
Yeah.
amazing. But there was one player who was just an absolute d-bag,
Uh-huh.
and she let him have it. I
Oh.
was shocked, and I was like, "Listen," I was like, "if you don't know you're an asshole." When Corey starts giving you the
Right.
business, that is how you know. That is the benchmark for how you
Right.
know if you are a
You need to
complete
reevaluate
you
like your
really
life.
do. Yeah, no, seriously. And I mean, now granted, the other players were giving it to him too, but Corey she couldn't keep it in. She just let him have it. And this guy shut up. He actually kind of realized that because she was, saying that, you're totally out of line. You're being an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And I think he actually realized that he needs to reevaluate his life.
Mm-hmm.
You know that saying, if you meet an asshole in the morning, you met an asshole. But if you meet an asshole all day, you're the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that before?
No.
It's a saying. Everybody says it.
Chuck hit trips here and he's in position.
Yeah.
Gino
Got the
just
rap and Mark's got a straight draw and a flush draw. So everyone's in.
yeah.
Nah, you know
This
what?
is a huge hand here.
I don't think Mark can fold. Can Mark fold here? No, Mark's
No,
in. No,
no, no, no.
everybody's in,
Mark's
right?
already
Yeah. Yeah, Mark's already in.
way shifting.
Mark was the first guy, right?
We were wondering if there was a difference in chips on Gino and
Wow.
Chuck for
Look
a
at
second.
this. So obviously, they're sharing some cards here, but Chuck's an overwhelming 60-40 favorite here. That helps no one. Actually gives a straight draw and
Both.
ace is full. Wow.
Wow.
Chuck just tripled. Wow.
Chuck
Gino
just destroyed the whole
wow.
table here. This is crazy.
That's you know what? That was
He's
a
in
really
first place now, buddy.
listen. That was a really tough spot for Gino because
288.
Mark
Oh my goodness.
Mark shoved first, so Gino is just calling his. But then once Chuck shoves, Gino has to call because he already has however many chips in. So I mean, Gino doesn't want to give up, 2/3 of his stack on a straight draw, but he really didn't have much of a choice once he had those chips in. I think he was trying to isolate. I didn't actually hear the action because our audio sucks at the moment. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Gino tried to isolate Mark's all in, and then Chuck's like, oh, well, I have a set of aces, so I'm not going to let you do that.
Yeah, with that board, very, very dangerous to try to isolate just because whenever there's big cards, there's like a super high, more likely chance that somebody hit trips.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he was facing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then when you got the clubs figured in, he doesn't have like any like backdoor flush draw.
Right.
He
Right.
doesn't have the flush draw or even one club blocker.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You're
So now
100%
you're
right,
going
son.
against trips and the flush, which happens to be the case, which is so kind of interesting. I think he's going to think about that and be like, well, maybe that wasn't the best shove in the world.
This is why I love Omaha, though. Probably about 20 minutes ago, Chuck had like, I don't know, 30,000 or something,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And now Buddy has almost 300K.
Yeah, no, he took the two bad beats, remember?
Yeah. That's right. We're talking about
was
he
on the
lost
other
with the
side
set.
of the
Yeah,
coin
yeah.
flips both
Yep.
times. Yikes.
Gotta love this game. And then even on a flop like that, flop and top set, you're still losing to both draws if they hit.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
it's such a roller coaster
Yeah,
of a game.
you're a 10% favorite to win the hand. You're
No,
gonna win the
against
hand.
those two, against
60-40.
because they were sharing. He was 60 20 20, but yeah, 60-40 basically.
Right.
Jeff's telling Chuck what he did wrong there.
Yeah. Oh no, that's too much. Jeff under the gun with a raise in hand doesn't raise, which
Oh, it looks like Alan. He's got to settle up here.
that'll be $500.
Let's see. We got
Alan
Eric.
doesn't care, man. Alan just wants to be relaxed and play some Omaha. He's loving life.
Eric's got the world here. He's got a pair, straight draw, and flush draw. And he checked it for some reason. Don't think I like that strat, but hey, I'm just here to commentate.
Don't hate, commentate.
He's not just going to call it. Wow, he is. Well, I guess he could be scared of a straight, but still, I mean, you have a blocker to the straight, plus you got.
Oh, dude, he's got the low end to all this stuff, but he's got a monster hand.
Wow, that
He
helps.
trips.
That helps.
Yeah,
Eric,
the
it's
hand
okay to shove
just
now.
got better.
Eric, it's okay to shove now.
He's gonna let Jeff bet.
Jeff's never betting that. Eric went ahead and hit a flush, but it's not a very big one. Which, with Eric playing it so passively, Jeff might be able to. Just kidding. What did he put in? 5K? I guess you're gonna find out real fast here if Buddy's got a boat.
I don't think Jeff's even gonna pay him off
No,
here.
of course not. He's only got tens. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
let's just say Jeff had a straight there. I mean, with a board paired and a flush coming, you have to pay off with a straight, right? I mean, for 5K into that pot, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
With all those cards coming,
he just had such a monster on the flop, though. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't just get it in, trying to get some good value.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're gonna wait for the river. You're not gonna get paid off when you hit, and the only time you're gonna get called is when you lose. So it's like
Yep.
Yep. The time and you're short stacked. It's not like you got like all these tons of crazy re-raise options. You know what I mean? You're just
I think him
get
and
paid
Jeff play
off.
together.
You're gonna get doubled up. Or you're gonna get knocked out at that point in time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he chose the other approach. Maybe I can get crippled. And then or not get paid off. You know? Like you said, bold move. See if it pays off for him.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if he likes this set of queens here. Corey's still waiting to get paid. Just kidding, Alan. Just kidding. Corey's like, I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot. Gino's got aces and eights. I don't have to tell you whose hand that was and what the nickname is. Or do I? Do I have to tell you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Anybody who's listening.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that hasn't heard of the Dead Man Hand. It was Wild Bill Hickok, and it was 12 o'clock, and he looked up, and he had aces and eights, and he
Yeah,
got
but
shot
you
in the
forgot
hand.
the most
Go ahead,
important
tell us.
part of the story.
Nah,
He
what is
ordered
it?
a sarsaparilla.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody forgets that part.
Right.
He just lit up a stogie. Eric's like, I got 3 queens, buddy. There's no name for that.
Talk about oral tradition. Just like stories being passed down from like generation about this. They didn't have Reddit. But it's just like funny. I like the old people like will tell you about it. Yep. I was told by some guy.
My great-grandpappy was at that table.
Yep.
And let me tell you what.
I shot him. It was me the whole time. Ain't nobody known about
Wow,
it.
Eric is calling with 3 queens. That's like one of the worst hands you can have.
3 queens?
3 of anything.
Gino with aces just firing out.
I mean, you can't stop now. Can't stop, won't stop, as my old grandpappy used to say.
It's funny, too, because if you got 3 queens, like this is like a pretty good flop for you right here.
It is, but this is the whole reason. Like, what do you even call
He's
him?
also-
What do you call him with pre-flop? Because, I mean, you see a flop like this, and, of course, you still have the overpair, but you can't really improve.
Right.
It is very hard to improve.
He's just thinking, is pocket queen's good enough? The answer is no.
No.
Gino's showing everybody showing the whole table.
Gino's still thinking about that hand where he called with the wrap, where Chuck had the aces. Gino's just kind of like, meh. Eric, buddy, what are we doing here? Is this just the Super Hollywood here? I don't know what this is. This is, and you know what though? But this is a really good lesson. This is just why you fold. There's no flop you like. If an ace or king come out, you don't like. If a board below comes out, you're just basically hoping to hit a queen or a straight. What are we doing?
I don't know.
I say that in the nicest way possible.
No, I don't. You know what? I don't think there is a nice way to say it.
That's why I said it the nicest way possible.
Yeah. Anywho, folks, don't play 3 of a kind in your hand. It really just destroys your chances of winning.
That hand is so bad they actually have prop bets in a lot of cash games that if you get a hand that bad, the rest of the table has to pay you. That's how bad that hand is. Props to the prop bets, though.
Like, Jeff's hand is better than that hand.
Agreed, 100%. Like 99%. I would hate to say 100%. But
You know why? I heard an interesting stat. It is more likely that at the end of 5 cards you will have 2 pair than it is that you'll have 1 pair.
would you like to hear?
Like, by a lot, too.
Would you like to hear a very funny story? That's not that funny. It's just a story that it's like a 50% chance you might laugh or not.
Is it even a story?
It's a story, but it's definitely not funny.
Okay.
But long story
I'm in.
short, I'm playing the PLO cash game last week. Everybody gets it all in pre-flop, and it gets to me basically. It's just pot. It gets to me, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, one suit. And I know these guys are going to run it twice if I end up calling. I mean, they're going to run it twice whether I call or not. But I just know that, a lot of these guys have aces and kings and ace, king, queen, jack, and hands like that, And my hand is it's so bad, but at the same time, I know that I'm the only one that has that portion of the board, right? So I end up calling. There's 4 of us all in, and I ended up hitting one board with 6-8. I hit a straight with 6-8. But that just goes to show you that, I would rather have a hand like 2, 4, 6, 8 than 3 queens.
Yeah, no doubt.
I would rather have a hand that can hit 2 pair or have lots of different outs to a straight. Now, granted, that's in a cash game where you can run it twice, and there's different, variables to take into consideration.
Yeah, no, it's just the strength of the hand pre-flop. Yeah, you're 100% correct. On that last hand, that was very interesting. Gino was firing the whole time, and he was, first to act, and it was a king board, 2 diamonds. Chuck had the flush draw. Gino just had a pair of 9s, but he had the aggression, and with that board, with the paired board, usually they say it's good because it's a polarized board to bet, especially heads up when somebody might not have anything.
Right.
But Chuck had like a small flush draw, and it ended up coming finally a king on the river, which gave him a full house, and Chuck also had 8s. Luckily, nobody bet on the river because I don't think Gino was going anywhere, especially after he hit that boat. But those are the 2 big stacks, and Gino's wants some of his money back. You're just holding that for me. Gino very savvy, right to bet. The only problem was the flush draw, and now we have a 2 spades on the flop here. Nobody has them. Seems like an absolute miss for both players. Heads up. Jeff is going to fire away.
Chuck's got a wheel draw and a pair of 7s. Doesn't help anybody. Let's see if
Deuce
Jeff
comes. No strong hand either way.
I'd really like to see it. Yeah, here we go, Jeff.
Yeah, well, he bet the turn to set up the river, too. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Just trying to bluff it. And he does. Jeff with the worst hand takes down the pot.
It's a nice bet,
using
Jeff.
aggression.
Yeah, and position. And obviously nothing came through except for the board pairing, so straight didn't come, flush didn't come. So, it's a pretty good card to bet on, and Jeff saw that pretty clearly.
Chuck lays down his 7. Five-handed here at our multi-table event. Omaha. We're on hand 21. 1,000, 2,000 with the 2,000 big blind. Those 2 chips don't get counted until after the flop. Eric with a smooth call, ace, king, 10-5, suited with the king. Chuck with the ace of hearts. Ace of hearts, 7 of heart, jack, 10-7, very strong hand. And he, with the large stack at the table, decides to just call, which is not advised. And everybody else calls, and they all have pretty premium hands here. Flop comes low, everybody's holding high.
Smashed.
Yep.
Eric's got 3 5s with an ace.
Eric clipped his hanger, as they say. Tripped 5s.
We got a hanger, Sarge.
And he's going to bet, and that's probably going to take it down. I don't see anybody else have any more interest in this hand. Alan can't think that his queens. He could think that his queens are good.
He could, but when everybody checks it to Eric, and Eric
But he
was
doesn't have
pretty
many
comfortable.
He doesn't have many redraw outs is the
Yeah,
problem.
he knows. He knows where he's at there. It's tough, though, when you're short stacked. I mean, you're short stacked, you got an overpair. I mean, you got to pick a spot, and your queen's on a board. In Hold'em, I mean, you're good there, but you're just with 4 or 5 players in pre-flop, you're just never good on that flop, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Eric looked much more comfortable in that hand than he did when he had 3 queens.
I would rip it if he had like some runner redraws, but he had
Right.
absolutely nothing.
Right. You're absolutely right, bud. There. Yeah, even if you had like an ace-4 there with outs to the
just
straight or something.
anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, Chuck picking up aces again.
Gino's got a double suited hand. Let's see if he wants to limp in. Yeah, I mean, everybody's been limping. But Chuck has aces. And he's got the big stack. He's going to raise it up. I mean, that just screams aces.
Alan just says, fuck it.
Alan's got kings. Double suited.
Double
Ooh,
suited and they're
very
all high,
nice.
so he's got some, some
10-9
straight draws, flush
connector.
draws. Yeah,
Very
both,
nice.
Both those flush draws are good. Nobody has diamonds or clubs higher than him. So
Alan wants to see a queen and a jack on this flop.
maybe just a king. We'll just call it a king and call it a day. King of hearts, one time, Alan says. Wow, Chuck's got 2 pair, huh? It's pretty good. I got 2 pair.
A lot of stuff here.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Pretty bland.
Wow. Alan,
Nothing doing.
Alan, pretty
Aces
unlucky,
win.
buddy. Nothing you can do there, though. That's the hand. That was the one.
Yeah, that was definitely the hand. Even if Chuck raised.
I mean, Chuck could have anything there. I mean, that could easily
Turns
be.
out that, like, you know, he hasn't been raising pre-flop. Just because he had, like, a premium hand last hand before his aces, and he just decides to limp on the button, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with his stack. It's just like any little bit of a raise, just something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
But he was waiting for aces. He got them. And Alan had kings. Chuck's like, I have to leave the hot seat? That ain't right. Oh, I like this like chip caddy here. You put the chips under the cards. Chuck, put your chips under the card. Nah, I can't fit them. Can't fit them. My man's got stacks on stacks. How you react to that? Got a stack in the back. Stacking like craps. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. Chuck straight off the streets.
I need you to say that again.
Chuck straight off the streets.
There we go.
Doing his thing. Repping the Cowboys. It's the only thing I just can't. It just bothers me. It just bothers me looking at that hat. Them and the Eagles, they both compound salt.
Compound?
They can compound salt into anything. Mike's still here. Let's go, Mike.
Hey, guess what?
Fan favorite.
Guess what?
Michael.
September 5th through the 8th, we're going to have our multi-flight back. It's our $100K guarantee, $300 buy-in. And guess what?
Say what?
We smash that guarantee every single time, buddy.
Um,
We almost double it up every time. First place is usually sitting around 40 G's, give or take. And it's a really good tournament. We have 2 flights on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we have our day 2 on Sunday. We play down to a winner. And guess what? This time will be no different. We got flights at 11 o'clock and 6 p.m. That starts on, like I said, September 5th and will end on September 8th.
it's like we smash.
Speaking of smash, do me a favor, guys. If you're out there right now, all 17,000 of you,
Yep.
Smash that like button.
Mm-hmm.
Throw some comments in the chat section.
Yo, smash that
Comment-
like button. Smash
Comment,
that
like,
tournament.
subscribe. Guess what, guys? It is free. It is literally free for you
Smash
to
the
subscribe.
Guarantee. You could smash a burger.
Bro, we smash brothers.
Smash burgers, we smash potatoes, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? We smash it all. We're on the smash. Smash guarantees. I guarantee.
You guarantee.
Smash the peas, call it hummus. Chickpea.
I love me some chickpeas. Guess what, guys? We got our Feast and Football back. It's all you can eat. Sundays at the Paddock. Every Sunday starting at 11:30 a.m.
Feast.
From September 8th to January 5th. It's a $25 buffet with one draft beer.
Feast your eyes on this.
We got football. We got action. We got dogs racing. Not here live, but, you can watch the dogs on TV.
Let
Horses.
the feasting begin.
We got Goomba Johnny Ciliano on September 28th. Buddy is hilarious. He's so funny. He's hilarious. Did I say that right?
Oh, yeah. He sounds just like John Travolta from Welcome Back, Carter.
Well, all Italians do. It's not a stereotype. That's a fact. We got the Pure Zeppelin Experience dinner and show on October 11th. Come and check it out. Don't worry. I won't just ramble on about it. It's a Zeppelin song. Don't worry. No big deal. Let It Be. November 8th. Come on down. Check it out. That's the
Wait a second.
Beatles
Wait a
Tribute
second.
B.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are you talking about dinner shows?
Bro, dinner shows. Live dinner shows. We got food. We got entertainment.
You might want to mention that there's dinner involved.
I did. You just weren't listening. And I'm not surprised. It's okay. You have a lot of things going on.
Okay, well, you need to reiterate.
Guys, there's going to be dinner at these dinner shows.
There's going to be food there.
There's going to be dinner at these dinner shows. There's also going to be drinks. Should I tell them that part? There's going to be waitresses.
It's not a drink show. It's a dinner show. Don't be confused, folks.
But
there will be a show and a dinner. And you know what I like about a dinner show?
Tell me.
Let's say you're going to go out to dinner. You go out to dinner. What do you really want to have a conversation? We've already had it a million times. You're going out to dinner with your loved one. You know what I mean? You want to be entertained, but you also want to be full. You want to eat, you want to get a good meal, and you want to be entertained. Folks, the dinner show. Beatles, Let It Be.
A smart man once said there will be actual dinosaurs on this dinosaur tour. And then, it's a good question. It's a fair question. Spared no expense. Guess what we're doing on November 15th and 16th? Along with dinner.
Is it a dinner show? Did you say dinner show?
I did not.
Oh, interesting.
Comedian Jimmy Fire.
It's another John Travolta guy.
Yeah, they're from the same part of town.
Mr. Up your nose with a rubber hose.
November 22nd, guess what else we got going along with our dinner and drinks at the Paddock?
Is it a show?
It's a Petty Nicks
show?
Iconic tribute to Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks. I think I'm actually going to that one. That sounds awesome. We got Elvis coming, Merry Christmas Baby Show, Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis, Merry Christmas Baby Dinner and Show on December 13th.
Yeah, MacDonald. Do you like Elvis?
I love Elvis, actually. Guys, all of this information can be found on pbkennelclub.com.
Get your food, get your show, get it all together. One stop. Enjoy your nights.
And guess what? We also we do a little poker here, too.
I guess you could say forget about it.
I would never.
And then he's going to call too. I can't do him. It sounds like Christopher Walken.
No, it's not even. Speaking of which, you know what I just watched the other day for the first time? I watched Dune Part 2, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen it all, but I've been kind of trying to get through it. The beginning is a little slow. And I'm like, I don't remember all of Dune 1. It's been so long.
That's exactly how I was feeling when I put on Dune 2. But
yeah,
you know what it is, though?
I'm like, I felt like I needed to stop, rewatch Dune 1, so I could understand what's going on, like where we left off.
It's very long. It's very long. I actually had to break it up into two parts. Part 2, I broke up into two parts. And but honestly, the visuals are really good. Like the CGI in that movie is, I mean, you could tell we're in the future, man. It looks so good. It was shot really well. But anyway, I brought it up because you said Christopher Walken and he's the Emperor in that movie, and it was just, I'll be damned if I stick my daddy's watch up his ass. That line was also in the movie.
3 players to the flop. Dan is our new man, seat 2 with King 9-9.
It's a pretty good hand, especially on that board.
Pretty solid, yeah. I'd say so. Flop trips, absolutely nothing. I'd like to see Dan give it a check here. There you go, Dan.
I'm not a big fan of that actually, because there's really no turn you're gonna like unless the board pairs. You're gonna let one of these guys hit a straight or a flush draw. One guy's got spades, the other guy's got clubs, but Eric's gonna go ahead and do it for him.
Yeah, rainbow board. I give him 1 card.
Well, it looks like you and Dan know more than me. Wow, look, Mark's gonna come along too.
Wow. What?
Dan, what a he's got the back doors. He's got the back doors. What is
Wait,
happening?
did Dan just fold?
Oh,
okay.
Dan's the other guy.
Dan's the other guy. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That makes all the sense.
All the sense in the world.
In that case, it was a...
Eric is in big trouble, buddy. Big trouble.
Runner?
Not a runner.
Yeah, he's got one of them.
That was one of the
hit
runners?
A 3. Yep,
oh, it was? Nope. No, sir.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Trip kings are good. Heck. You didn't even need trip kings. All right, Dan is the man with the Snoopy attire. And he just stacked up a pot here, knocked out a player. Wow.
Wowie.
Chuck right in the middle with all the chips, balancing the table nicely.
Here's a non-shocker. Mike has made another final table. Mike's in the 4 seat, and Mike actually, I don't know what his percentage is on making final tables, but in this Omaha tournament, I feel like every time I commentate, he has made a final table. So
yeah, no, he's a beast. He's definitely a beast. He's very calculated on when he puts chips in the pot. Makes big laydowns. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive.
Wow, what is it with these guys having 3 queens, man? They just love that shit. I remember we had a guy on on our PLOs when we first started doing the PLO tournament, older gentleman, and I don't know if you remember this, but he had 3 of a kind in his hand, but he thought that he had 3 of a kind. He tried telling the dealer.
That was the greatest. And then he hung around the table for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best. Like, no, you can't just keep sitting here, buddy. You got to go.
Oh, look, that's not a good flop for 3 queens. Weird. Gino and Dan. Let's see if we can get these guys. I just came up with that. What do you think? Does it need work? I'll work on it.
It's a masterpiece.
You're a masterpiece. It's starting to look a little gray out there. A bit ominous, some would say. Those
Once
birds
again,
don't seem
you're
too
using
worried,
these words. I don't know what they are. I'm gonna take them as disrespect. Oh, by the way, what's a macro-tay?
It's macrame, buddy.
Macrame.
So it's a couple of them, but it's going back and forth. Just in between hands, just tell all of them, just so you don't have to, worry about it.
All right, I'm gonna look it up on Google.
Buddy, it's like crocheting, but it's macrameing.
I know Macklemoring. May. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, you put plants on them? Like this?
Yep.
And you thought I would know what this is? Is this a joke or what?
I don't know if you figured this out by now, but even I wasn't too sure what it was.
Oh, man. Way to keep it together, Terry.
Thank
you know what I mean? Never let them watch you sweat.
Never.
Never.
Fake it till they find out you're full of shit. We got one of our former dealers looking to make a name for himself in the poker world.
Tim, you better raise.
Buddy, how are you going to interrupt me every single time I'm talking about stuff? Every
Talk
time.
about the hand.
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to talk about our guy.
Yeah,
Our
I get
buddy.
it.
Our fella.
Tim's got a raise there, man. I don't care. He's got a raise there.
Or just fold. I mean, that hand's not that good.
Just kills me. You don't get many hands.
Yeah, so just wait for a better one than that. I mean, he's calling off like 16% of his stack here.
Right. Somebody else raises, he's got a call, and then if he doesn't hit, he's gone. It's like,
I mean, I'm shocked his clubs are good when they might not even be good because we don't know what Jeff has. So.
if he raised, Gino might even just, I don't know.
No, Gino would have raised.
He would have called them.
Nah, he's raising.
You think he's re-raising Tim? Tim's never raised in his life.
But that's not the point, though. Gino's going to re-raise him just because Tim only has 24,000 here. So Gino's got, 64, so. Well, there's the clubs and the straight draw that Tim was looking for, I think. Again, I'm not really sure what Jeff has. Is Jeff even in the hand right now? No, he's not.
No.
According to our graphics, he is, but. It looks like Gino has the flush draw.
Yep.
Could just be an overpair.
All right, so same results. They're going to get it all in. Clubs are live. Gino's got the king club blocker.
Tim's going to want to see a 7 here. Seven on the river. Bing, bang, bong.
Bing, bang, bong?
Bing, bang, bong.
What did he get? Oh, he got a... what? 8-9. He got a straight. Nice. Very nice. So Tim doubles up.
God damn. Wow. Wow. That got real. Sal was not impressed in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you have Chuck's hand here in the big blind, 7, 8, king 10, you got a bunch of limpers in front of you. Are you ever thinking about raising? I mean, I would just raise if I were him, just to get people out. I feel like there's just so much dead money in there. Wow, Mike firing out in the small blind here is so strong. There's no world in which he does not have a 6. if he's betting out. Wow, Chuck's just calling with an open ender. Not sure I like that too much.
Yeah, open ender.
Inconsequential queen. Oh, wow. Mike hits the boat. Chuck hits the straight. Bing, bang, bong.
Did he say all in or pot?
No, he just bet that red stack and Chuck snapped. Snap. Ah.
Small, big straddle? What's going on here?
No, he hasn't moved the button yet.
Oh. Oh, Mike. What kind of game just opened up here? Chuck with 30% of the chips. Damn.
Dan with a okay hand here. Queens. Not suited. Under the gun. I don't think I'm potting here, but I'll probably call him 3,000. See a flop. He's got a nice stack there. Hey, that's what he did. We're simpatico.
Yeah. I like just min clicking there. Get re-raised, you fold. Otherwise, don't let Chuck just get in there for nothing. Terry's just going to check.
Terry hits a pretty nasty flop there. Open-ended in a nut flush draw.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty.
Dan only
Paired
has
board.
queens. Nobody has a 6.
Dan thinks
Wow.
his overpair is good with the paired board as long as nobody hit the 6. Which
King
he's
helps Dan a
kinda
little
right.
bit, but I mean,
Oh, that's good for Dan too. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
but if his queens were good, his kings probably, either way, they're both probably the same.
Agreed, but doesn't seem like anybody's got trips here.
I would have bet that if I were Dan. And it looks like
10 comes and
Terry
straight
and Chuck are
comes.
gonna chop this up.
Straight 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
Chuck is definitely calling this one. There's an option. Dan could rep a queen jack here. He does have the blockers to a higher straight, but
Yeah, I don't like the call there, but I would have liked to seen a bet on the turn. Probably would have taken it down right then and there.
I think you're 100% right, buddy.
Chop, chop. An extra 10 to pad the stats. Thanks, Dan. No, that goes in there. Terry says, I'm not going to take the extra 10. Keemon trying to hook up a former dealer. Good job, Key.
I dig it.
Not on my watch, though.
And the deluge is upon us.
The toxic deluge?
The DP no deluge.
Wow, look at this.
Some would call that a squall. A pasquale.
That was squall. Yeah, we had all types of rain in Nam.
Sometimes it came from below.
There's a sideways rain. Hey, this is what we got going on right now, a little sideways rain.
Haven't heard much out of Jeff in this final table, but that's because we have the audio turned down.
I know, we can't hear the table, unfortunately. There's a little bit of
This is
hiccup.
actually a really good table for some table talk, but
Yeah, especially we heard him cracking up just a while
they
ago.
have been laughing. We are laughing. I'm in a glass case of emotion. There's a flop. Now, see, if you're Mike here, do you bet this? Do you bet this turn because you have the blockers? I'm betting it. Tim's gonna go ahead and bet though. He's got open-ended, flush draw, and jacks. So I like Mike's fold after Tim betting here. Dan's calling with a pair and an open-ended as well, and that is going to keep What's Tim have? Oh, Tim does have a straight. Oh, yeah, that's the nuts.
Yeah, he just caught it.
That's the nuts. I didn't see the wrap. I just saw the open-ended. He had a wrap flush draw and the overpair of jacks.
Yeah.
And Dan has 2 pair. Dan's probably going to call here.
Wow. Now it's a squall. Oh, man.
Let's see what that looks like.
Holy goodness.
Let's see what the radar says about that.
I can't get the radar, sir.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's that's a lot of red.
Yeah, we got a little rojo on the radar here. On the Appu.
Oh, South Florida is feeling it right now.
I mean the Doppler. $3K guaranteed. First place, $1,768 for 40 entries. That's pretty good, folks.
That's a really good ROI, my friend.
Wow. 40 entries. $1,768.
Luke in the chat. His first comment of the day is about the weather. Where you at, buddy? Where's sunny? Because it ain't in South Florida.
Let's go to Ollie for our weather forecast.
It's
Ollie?
gonna rain.
Thank you, Ollie. Hard Rock Bet, sign up now. PBKC Sports
I
Betting.
just want to point out to you the kind of player Mike is. Mike had a suited king jack with a pair of jacks, and he just was there? No, there wasn't even a fold in front of him, or there wasn't even a raise in front of him. He just folds. And
I love Chuck's hand.
Tim wakes up with aces, one of them suited. I love Chuck's hand as well.
Oh my God, he just smooth calls. What are you doing? You're letting him in here.
There's no way he just smooth called.
He just smooth calls.
Wow.
What are you looking for? Stuck in Jersey, eh, Bluke?
Well, Chuck has flopped the proverbial world. That is a super, ultra, mega wrap and a pair.
So now this guy bets. Chuck's going to push. And now Tim's going to fold. I mean, what are you doing? You just had ace.
Buddy, I'm with you.
Timmy, you got to push in pre-flop, baby.
Oh, Jet Blue. That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, Tim? What are you upset about? You didn't protect your hand. You didn't re-raise. I mean, come on. Now, honestly, he probably saved himself money because I don't think Chuck's folding to a pot-sized bet. And if Chuck sees his flop, he's still not folding to a pot-sized bet. So
I think Chuck was gone after Tim
no
re-raises
way, buddy.
him.
7, 8, 9, 10. No way. I guarantee you, with all those chips.
Good, he made it 50.
It doesn't matter.
10.
He's not folding.
He made it 10, so that gives him the chance to repot.
Wow, runner boat. That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think that if Tim, even if Tim pots it there, I mean, Chuck knows exactly where he's at. He knows that he has to hit, but with a hand like 7, 8, 9, you have the bottom, you have the mid, you have some tops. I mean, I think with his stack there, he had 260,000.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever folding, even knowing Tim could be playing his hand face up, and I don't think Chuck's folding.
Okay.
To a
Well,
pot-sized bet
maybe
flop.
you're right, but either way, you're supposed to push there.
You are right. You are supposed to push there. But I think he may have gotten lucky by playing bad. Does that make sense?
I do.
Luke, I am your father.
You know, when like guys like Bruce and Tim hardly ever raise. I mean, you just saw the hand. He had aces he didn't raise. Why? Because he wasn't double suited and all that. You know, like he wants like literally ace, ace, king, queen in order to pull the trigger. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So it's just whenever they feel like cashing in some of this value, they can. They just need to raise.
But here's the thing.
And people will respect it.
But see, you don't get as much respect in Omaha, especially against the big stacks. That's almost my point. Like, if it was Hold'em, you know that if Tim's raising pre-flop, he has a premium hand. But in Omaha, you can have a premium hand and people still want to play against you because it's almost like they know what you have because you play that way. If Tim raises right there, you know 100% he has aces. It's not kings, it's not queens, it's not ace, king, queen, jack. You know he has aces. So it's almost easier to play against hands like that.
Yeah.
And with a flop like that,
It is, but we're not. This isn't like a deep stack Omaha game.
doesn't matter.
Like he's got after he re-raises, that's pretty much like 2/3 of his stack. He's got nowhere else to go.
I agree with you.
It's going all in.
I agree with you. But Chuck had so much money and such a good hand. I think he's just going to try and take out a player knowing he has aces, and it's just aces.
I think that it was priced too high. That's a great hand, and if you're going against aces, you want that hand. So I hear what you're saying, but it's 80 Gs. You know, but you might be right. Chuck probably would have ripped it. You know what? I think you're right. Chuck probably would have ripped it. Yeah, he probably would have ripped it. So he did. So he got lucky. Chuck might have just thrown in the 100 and said, "Whatever, Tim. Good luck, buddy." Mark with a decent hand, but can't make the call.
I don't know if that's decent.
It's a bad hand, but decent.
Decently bad.
I've seen it win before.
It has definitely won.
998 tree. Chuck. Oh, look at Chuck's hand. That's pretty. Very pretty.
It's not very pretty. It's okay. Now, if that was the Queen of Spades, a little prettier, but
okay, it's not pretty, folks.
it's not pretty.
That's
It's
not
playable.
a pretty hand.
It's definitely playable, especially with Chuck's chip stack size, but it's not pretty. It's
That's
playable.
not pretty.
It's playable. It's playable. So it looks like Chuck flopped the nuts. Sal's right. It's a pretty hand. But Jeff also has the nuts, and Jeff actually has redraws in the form of clubs and spades. Chuck has no redraws. Well, that's not true. Chuck could go runner, boat because he flopped a 9, but Jeff has the ultra, super, mega redraws, backdoors, if you may.
I may.
May? Club? Ooh, I've done this before. One more club?
Redraws?
One more club? I'm about to say easy game, Jeff.
Chop it up. It is still coming down here, folks. My.
I can no longer see the airport. I guess I can see the garage, but still, my point is it's raining hard.
Imagine trying to land a Boeing in this weather. Chuck 232. Lost a percentage from the last time we checked. He's only got 29% of the chips. And you still got your boy Gino just waiting to double up.
Hanging around.
He knows he's got one.
Technically, Terry's my boy. Gino is my friend, and you are my buddy.
I ain't your buddy, pal.
I'm not your pal, guy.
I ain't your guy, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
How about the internet? How about some of that money? Looks like we got aces alert for Dan. Gino on the button with a somewhat playable hand, but
so
not
funny
facing a raise.
How ugly aces are in Omaha when they're not suited. Like I look at Dan's hand, and he has aces, so it's obviously like a good hand, but it's just not.
It's good heads up. That's it, though.
Right.
Multi-way, you're in trouble.
I'll take Mark's hand here. Knowing he has aces, I'll take Mark's hand. I'm even calling here. Heads up against aces, I'm calling. Does that make me a bad player? Maybe, but
knowing I'm going up against aces, yeah. You show it to me, I'm still calling.
But I crack aces so many times in this game. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. That's why it's so important to raise so that you can get re-raises in. Go over the top and 3-bet people when you do get your aces. Go heads up, and then you'll coin flip with them. Coin flipping ahead. Well, if you keep coin flipping ahead, folks, that's called the house.
I got a question for you. Do you think Terry specifically got a haircut knowing that he was going to be on TV?
Yes. does that make me a bad guy?
Does that make me a bad player?
Going to be streaming tomorrow. Yeah, why don't you make it high and tight? Give me a couple lines. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a pretty good hand. I like it. Terry has not played many hands, so I'm definitely going to respect his range here. And that fade. I'm respecting the range and the fade. Both winners at this point in my
Beautiful
opinion.
fade.
I would really like it if these guys put their cards in the box, though.
Faded.
I'd be
Faded.
a really big fan of that. You got one. Wow, I was about to say Mark must have aces if he's if he's even thinking about this.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Terry's just dead to some straight outs or pairing the king or jack because Mark has hearts as well. Wow, Terry folded.
Yeah.
What a legend. He just knows where he's at.
Yeah, against
What a
him.
legend.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If Chuck raises there, I might call. But if Dan or Tim are raising there, even if Jeff's raising there, if any of these guys are actually most of these guys, if they're raising Terry in that spot, I wonder if Terry showed his hand there. What a fold.
He did.
He showed the kings and jacks.
Mm-hmm.
What a legend. Good name too.
Look at Chuck though, 28%.
Dwindling by the minute.
Down another percentage. Charlie, we don't like this trend. We need you to pick it up. Trending right in the right direction. You're doing great, baby. We love you. But you got to move up this trend.
Who's the
to
big
the
winner?
positive.
Mikey's the big winner. Mikey wins. Wow. I wish everybody would pay attention to the way Chuck just put his cards in the box. That is professional.
Textbook.
Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Textbook card placement.
Folks, it is still coming down here. My goodness.
Buddy, did you see that Jackson Pollock radar I just showed you? It is going to be rating for a minute.
Is it funny that I didn't even know who Jackson Pollock was until after Guardians of the Galaxy and the famous joke?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is funny that that's what introduced you to Jackson Pollock. Was
True. It's a true story.
Guardians.
Yep, Marvel. Disney did that. Disneyland.
Disney.
Time to go Zinchine. Little 6 milli vanilli, upper deck.
I consider myself a Titan-killing booty call. Now let her go, Grimace. I just watched that the other day.
What was that? Is that Guardians 3?
So that was not Endgame, but Infinity War, the one right before Endgame. Yeah. Chris Pratt. His cousin Chris Pratt is very funny.
Yeah.
His journey.
I didn't watch the show that he was on.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He was a comedic genius in that show.
I heard, but I watched Guardians 1. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, this is a great. I'm like, this guy is great. I'm
Good
like,
choice, right?
I'm like, this is awesome. He just flows. I fully get that he's like just a normal guy, like from the 90s, like living in space. Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, what a great card for Chuck here. Chuck hitting the Nutter Butters. No, he and it's funny too. Like if you ever do watch it, you don't even have to watch the show Parks and Rec. But if you just watch some of like his clips, some of like his funniest clips on YouTube or whatever, he is such a goofball. Like, so to actually watch him make the transition from this like out there,
total
nut
goofball
to Star-Lord is pretty good. He did a really good job. I mean, all of that stuff in Phase 1 was really good. I haven't really kept up with too much of the newer stuff. I didn't see the newest Marvels with Brie Larson.
Yeah, no, it's over.
It's
Had a good run. You know?
Well, did you hear the new thing? So they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
How?
So I'm sure that it'll be some type of multiverse thing where.
Okay, I'm not interested.
But I don't know if he's gonna be like Tony Stark.
Oh, that
Dr.
now
Doom
I'm
or-
interested. Now I'm interested.
You're back.
Yeah,
You're back?
you just got me
You're
back. Did you say Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Tony Stark? I'm in.
Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Doom.
No.
Victor Stark.
No.
Thanos.
Nope. You know, Miss Marvel, the whole thing, I don't even care. It's all good. WandaVision was good.
WandaVision was fantastic, buddy.
WandaVision was
that
good.
was so good.
And that was the show that like brought in the new dimensions, I think. I don't even know.
No, you don't.
It was like
And it wasn't. But
no?
no, it wasn't.
No, okay.
You weren't paying too much attention.
Yeah, I guess not.
Not really.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's a little close. Guys, if you don't hear from us, it's because we've been wiped off the face of the earth from many lightning strikes. So it's been nice knowing you, and maybe we'll see you in the future, or the past, or the multiverse where Robert Downey Jr. is the president, or first lady. I mean, he could be any of those things. That's the best part about it.
I got a great one. You okay? You ready?
I'm ready.
Tony Stark is Doctor Doom, but he's also Howard the Duck.
No.
Let's go with it.
No.
But it's the multiverse. Nothing means anything anymore. It doesn't matter.
Everything means nothing.
It's all dumb. So who cares? Let's just do it. Just throw them content. People will watch. There doesn't have to be a thought behind it. It's the multiverse. It's 2020,
Wow.
baby. 2024. It's what we do.
That could be Thor out there. I mean, that is a lot of lightning action out there.
It's just the ultimate concept for, like, writers. Oh, great. We could just,
We can do whatever we want. Well, that's
Multiverse.
and to your statement. I mean, how you were just saying basically Marvel's done. Marvel might have been thinking the same thing. So they're just like, hey, why don't we just go bring Robert Downey Jr. back and we'll just make him whatever we want. We'll make him a villain because he can't be Tony Stark, but we'll make him a villain. And guess what they're paying him? You know how much they're paying him? No, probably not because you didn't even know he was back, right? Guess how much they're paying him?
all of it.
$80 million
Yeah,
a
there you go.
movie. $80 million a movie. Just
Worth
think about that
every
for a second.
penny.
$80 million a movie. That's insane. That's asinine.
Well, just think about it. Inflation. So it's really like a $40 million movie. You know what I mean? We've seen that before. It's not crazy.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy for one guy to be getting paid $80 million for one movie, and he'll probably be doing it for two movies. $160 million for two movies. Kind of insane.
Agreed. It is insane.
Let's see if Tim decides against it. I mean, it's not a bad hand, but I mean, it's a lot of diamonds, and five of clubs really is kind of off-putting. Yeah, it looks like a guy who's gonna fold, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a hand in the book that Tim would call a raise with.
Aces and kings double suited?
Nope.
Nope. Fold net.
Not today. You know what I mean? She just got a bad feeling about it.
Gino just showed him his hand, and Tim told him what he had. And
And then Gino said, "Yeah, you probably should have went in with that." Oh yeah. 2,000, 4,000. Now things are getting interesting. No,
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 it's not. Things aren't interesting.
nah.
Wrong again, Sal.
You tried your best.
Gino. King, queen, jack, deuce. Under the gun, I don't like it.
I concur.
But I think he's going with it. Just a call. Timid table. Probably get it through. Mike with a similar hand. He's not going to call in position. See? Well, that's a little bit of the differences in play here. Gino willing to take a chance with it.
Dan just flopping the nuts. No big deal.
Oh, wow. The nuts and the nut redraw. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Dan's going to fire. Well, okay,
Gino's
fair
cards
enough.
are in the muck before Tim's. Snoopy's firing. I guess he flopped the nuts.
I like how at no point in time did Gino or Tim think to themselves, "Oh, is this guy just betting?"
No, there wasn't even a thought.
Right. Is this guy betting with anything in this spot like he does all the time? No? Oh.
This guy who just smooth called in the small blind comes out firing in first position on the flop. Weird. I wonder what he's got.
Right. The World Chico and everything in it.
Sí. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me!
My good friend Terry here,
That's me.
he knows how to recommend a chicken sandwich. I'll give him that much.
It's funny. I was just thinking about food and that sandwich.
Should we order a couple more?
I would eat it. But
Run-
you're gonna
run
get
it
it with
back?
you're gonna get it with grilled onions next time, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I bet that would be good with pickles too. But I like pickles.
Yeah. As we call back. 2,000, 4,000. These blinds are ready,
Now, see,
ripe
what is-
to get
now, what
picked
is-
right
what is
now.
Dan? I guess Dan just has a lot of chips and he just wants to spike a 7, I guess. I mean,
Well, I like a raise there. I do not like a call.
I do too. Wow. Just
Spiked it.
Spanks it.
Drilled it. Nailed it.
Gino and Tim both have the same top pair straight draw. Look how interested Dan looks. Look at his body language here. Gino obviously did not pick up on that. But Dan, popping a raise here, buddy. He says, "No, I don't think I will." Also an Avengers callback, no big deal. No, sir, I don't think I will.
Check. Huh. Ooh, interesting.
How does Dan have a check mark? That's not right. Gino can hit a straight. If a 9 comes, yeah, something's not right there. Right?
Yes.
Why would he have a check mark there?
I don't know.
Buddy, I'm asking you questions about software here. You should know things. You should know the answers to my queries.
It happens from time to time.
I guess.
Sometimes they know that the 9s are already there, and it gets omitted, so that they actually don't have it out.
You know what? You're a genius. That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If the 9s are either in the burn or in the muck. See, you do know things. It took you,
Although
it took
I will
a couple
say-
seconds to get there, but you're probably
Well, because it doesn't always work, and that's the thing. So, I personally would just like them to give us the hand against hand percentages and not
right.
figure out the outs unless the outs are on the board. But I don't know.
I'm with you. I'm actually with you 100% on that one.
Because it's just
I want implied.
doesn't
outs.
help us.
I want
in
implied outs. I
commentary.
don't want to know what's in the muck.
Right. We're trying to talk about the game, but then again, we are in this position of the all-seeing, all-knowing. That's why we sound so smart when we're like, he shouldn't have done that. It's like, yeah, you put us in the box. Like, you watch how fast I punt off this stack. You know what I mean? Like, trust me. But whatever. People get mad sometimes because we're literally just commenting on what you did. It's not that we know any better. We're just saying, oh, wow, that was a bad fold. That was a bad call. That was a great call. He's a genius. You know, all these things. You're really not a genius. And you're really not that bad. It's just, somewhere in the middle. What I will say, and it's very obvious, is that who's a Cowboy fan? Like, who likes that team?
So not only do people from Texas like that team, but people who were Fairweather fans in the 90s also love that team.
I will give you if you're from Texas. Done. You get it.
Listen,
you're from Dallas. That's your spot. Good. Your dad is from Dallas, and you live in North Carolina. Fine. Good. You like the Cowboys because they're America's team.
That's my buddy Steve-O, one of my good friends, Steve-O's. He
if
actually
you're from Queens, right? Is that the Steve that I'm thinking of?
No. But but yes, he is of the same.
He's from Queens.
Listen, that guy's not allowed back. He's not allowed back in the Queens.
I think there was like an Artie. Artie Lang had a movie, like it was like Beer League or something. And like the bad guy in the movie was a Cowboy fan. He's like from Jersey. He's like, he's like, like an Italian guy from Jersey. He's like a Cowboy fan. Like, because in, like you said, in the 90s, you had like Emmitt Smith and the dominance.
Aikman, Irvin. Yep.
Yeah. It's like,
but that's just it. There's somebody coined it America's team, and whoever that is, I hate that guy. I don't know who that is, but I hate him because it's not America's team. They just happen to win a couple of World Series. That doesn't make them anybody else's team unless you're from Dallas.
Right.
Oh, here's Mark with 3 aces. None of them suited. That's impressive.
That's pretty hard to do.
And he raised too. Wow. He might actually win this.
Oh my God, he raised?
He did.
I'm out. I'm out too. I'm about going near this guy.
Jeff, do it.
He raises with aces, and he only raises with aces. Even if they are 3 aces, he's only,
He's going to show them too. It's like, guys, I got a set.
Ace, 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 king.
Yeah.
Great kicker. Trips with a great kicker. 10 of spades in, 10 of spades out.
Anyway, back to my guy Steve-O. He is a Cowboys fan, a Celtics fan, and a Braves fan, and he is from Florida.
There you go.
We always give him shit in the fantasy football thread, the chat thread, about his life choices.
Yeah, you didn't really think that through, huh, buddy?
I mean, no, he did. That's the that's the weird part.
He's like, I want a championship now. 3-6 Mafia, Academy Award winners. That's what the blind level is. Stronger than ever. Hypnotized minds. Terry, got to take a quick walk.
Buddy, I'll miss you. You will be missed. Nope, I'm good. I'll take a chicken sandwich with avocado, onions, pickles, aioli, and bacon, though. Obviously. Chip, chip. Oh, Mark has 3 kings now. Looks like Mike's flopped a open-ended with a pair of 10s. Jeff has, oh wow, Jeff has the ultra, super, mega wrap. Any 6, 7, 8, queen, jack, or king will give him the straight. And it's on a rainbow flop too. Wow, he wins this one. Let's see what Mike does here. I don't really see Mike calling here, but he does have the chip stack to make the call. Wow, Jeff, and you know what? Mike's actually in the lead here with the pair of 10s, but Jeff just has all the outs. He has more than a third of the deck, almost half the deck here. What a sick flop. It's like your dream flop without actually hitting a straight. Wow, Mike calls. Mike's going to realize. Wow, look at all those outs. Now, they are sharing some outs, but Jeff does have. So there's 1 outs for both of them to hit. So they're both going to chop it up. That is pretty gross, Jeffrey. That is a 7-card straight. But look at that. Any 6, 7, 8, Jack, Queen, or King would have given him the nuts. Pretty gross. Oh, I didn't even see the Terry out of hand. Oh, poor feller. Terry's going to be out of there in 8th place. Everybody else should be happy about that because he's probably one of the better players at the table. Although this table is actually stacked. Now that I'm looking at it, between Jeff, Gino, Mike, Chuck, Tim. I mean, this whole table is just stacked. It's so stacked it might be a while before we come up with a winner. Chat, anybody out there? Anybody out there in the world? Am I talking to myself? Not that it would be the first time. I do it quite often, actually. But anybody out there, send us a like, a follow, a subscription. Just shoot out a hey, how's it going? Looks like Gino's effectively all in here. Not officially, but he's putting in most of his stack. Not a terrible hand, considering all the limpers. He's going to go ahead and put it in and take a shot here. Wow, Mike folding. Kind of a big hand there, to be honest. 24,000, less than 20% of his stack to take out a player. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. Gino's basically going to make a double up there. Gino, show the hand. Show the hand, Gino. Show it. Show it. Boo, there you go. Show all that garbage. Look at Mike. Mike realizes that he folded a monster, at least compared to his hand, but still kind of like Mike's hand there. But you know what? Mike plays it pretty snug, pretty close to the vest. So you know when he puts his money in there, or when he puts his chips in there, he means business. So I still would like to see a call there to try to take a player out, but I get it. You also don't want to be doubling up Gino either because, I mean, he's got chirping chips regardless of the size, but if he doubles up there, you better watch out. It's the big Salboski.
I heard double up.
Yeah, but it was just me talking about it. It didn't actually happen.
Oh, double up. Double up. I got 2 phones.
I'd like to see Mike put in a raise here on the button.
Agreed. But that is not what's going to happen. Jeez.
You're going to let in some pretty weak hands here. Not that we're going to be able to tell. Chuck almost definitely has a deuce here. Like, it's almost like 100%.
Yeah. Mike puts in a bet with air. Beautifully done. On the button and position. Going to take it down. If only he raised pre-flop.
We would have saved the last 22 seconds of our lives.
Yeah, this is true. Or Mike would get even more money.
So speaking of that delicious California chicken sandwich, you know Mike, who not this Mike, but Mike who plays tournaments. Big Mike always has a fancy watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he orders that, but what he does is he orders it with no bun. He orders it with extra arugula, and he turns it into a salad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically all the same stuff: no bun, extra arugula. They put the chicken on top, and they cut it up, and they put extra aioli on top like a dressing. So it's basically a California chicken salad with
Right.
aioli.
That's pretty G.
It actually looks really, really good. But there's something about that bread. That bread kind of makes that sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Makes it a sandwich.
It does, literally.
Bread is our enemy, folks. Bread and sugar.
But sometimes we have to make peace with our enemies.
Yes. Aces on the flop. Diamond draw for Gino.
Gino and Mike. I like Gino's more, though.
Oh, yeah, Mike. Mike does indeed have a flush draw.
Chuck's going to come out and bet this, so he's actually has an ace or just a lot of chips, and he's willing to bet it. But, you know, with this many people in the hand, if someone has an ace here, I don't think they're ever checking it. So if he doesn't have an ace, it's a really good bet. Gino doesn't even want to take a chance with it because his flush draw might not even be good, even if he hits.
Agreed.
So
he's thinking the same thing, and the way he's tipping his hand, it does not look like he's going to call.
we got Patrick Ray of Sunshine Tiller in the box right now, making things happen.
I thought it got brighter in here.
You know, he's normally pretty good at
lighting up the room.
No, not so much that, but at least moving the action along with knocking players out. But
with his award-winning personality
and smile, and just all around joy and happiness to be around.
You know what they say? Sunshine on my shoulders.
Mr. Sunshine on my goddamn shoulders, John Denver.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't take that award and light it on fire right then and there. Get what I'm saying, Rook?
Oh, biker. I'm an idiot.
They have a show, Tacoma, FD.
I've heard of this. Is it good? Dude, what are these? Why are these? Who
Limps?
are these people with
I don't know.
with the trips? I don't think they understand that they only have 2 jacks.
Yeah, that's it. Pocket jacks.
And you already know that you have 1 less chance of hitting a jack.
And they get a flush draw. Look, Dan.
There's
Dan
no way
on the
that's a club,
button.
that's a spade.
Oh, dang. I was going to say, we're going to eat our words here.
I would have not
Dan's
liked
going
for
to
that
take
to be
this
proven.
down, but not true.
Wow, how does ace queen check there? Tim, buddy. I mean, are you going to check it again?
Well, Tim's got
He
trips
did.
here.
No, he's got a boat.
Boat?
He's got a boat.
I told you, dude. This guy don't bet. He does not
again.
does not bet. Look,
He
and he's
just
tipping his
checked
hands up
3
like he's.
times. What the actual F?
Yeah. Tim will make you do that.
Oh, wow. He actually got Gino to bet this. Do you think he's just now realizing that he has the boat?
No. He's just going to smooth call, and he's going to say, I got a full house. Here comes the smooth call.
All in.
Oh, no? All in? Beautiful.
Gino's like, oh, I have 10 high. I guess I'm not good. Oh, no, he does have a 7. Just kidding. Gino. That's good.
Gino's like, I can't bet in this game. He's got no chips to bet anyways, but he's just like, you're going to check it all the way down. It means there's at no point in time.
I'll be honest, that's actually a really good bet on Gino's part.
It is. It's
You
a
know?
great bet, except if Tim's to your right. It's just guaranteed.
In what world does anybody check top 2 on the flop with a straight draw, turning a full house, and then checking the river. Checked 3 times in a row with essentially the nuts, because no one's ever checking a set of aces 3 times.
Agreed.
So.
And he got an extra 20, 40, 60, 1,000 for his trouble.
Whatever it was. Yeah, he got whatever Gino's bet was. I think it was like 15K or something, right? Give or take.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. 1,000 units. So that would be 13,000.
Mark has a lot of clubs, and he doesn't care because one of them's the ace. Chuck says, I got chips, so I'm calling.
Got chips and a decent hand here. Ace, queen, 10.
Ace, queen, 10, 5. That wheel
5
could easily come true.
It is true. Count it.
Kobe. Gino with a really shitty hand, but it's only 3,000, so it's basically, oh no, somebody made it 9? Who made it 9?
12.
Oh wow, Chuck made it 12? What a legend.
No, Mark.
No, yeah, Chuck raised to 12. Right?
Either Mark or Jeff.
Yeah, Chuck raised to 12.
Oh, Chuck was the raiser. Okay.
That's a pretty good flop for Dan. Flush draw, straight draw. Jeff has also a flush draw, just not as good, and he has blockers to the straight. I think Jeff's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. That's the trouble of which I speak. His 8s are actually good right now, so if Dan... Wow, Dan has a lot of chips, though. I can't see Dan folding this. Do you? Straight draw, flush draw?
No. No, he hit it. You know, like he hit this. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's Dan. What is Dan doing?
Dan called.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Jeff says, "Oh, I don't want a diamond." Just kidding.
Indeed. No diamond, no ace, no 10.
Queen's
no
good
diamond, no
form.
ace, no 10.
Kings and queens, he's good. How does Jeff fade this stuff sometimes? Like, I see him fade some of the craziest stuff, and his 8s are good. Even if the king and queen doesn't come, 8s are good.
Right.
You know? Nice hand, Jeffrey.
Jeff definitely was in a precarious position on the flop, but
he's got a
doubles
bet
up.
there. I mean, he has blockers at the
Oh,
straight,
yeah.
and he's got a second nut flush
Not
draw.
faulting
plus
him for
overs.
pushing.
No, I know you're not, but I'm just saying from his point of view, like, you just...
Cards.
They played themselves, obviously.
In that spot. Doubled up though. The last person you want to see with chips is Jeff.
Agreed.
My man is he's aggressive. He's trying to win the whole thing. Very competitive.
Jeff just won a monster there. He's got almost 120, 130 in front of him.
Got a lot of killers here. Gino,
That's what
Mike,
I was. Yeah, when
Chuck.
you went on break, that's what I was saying. I was like, man, I just started like naming players. I'm like, wow, these guys are all like assassins.
Yeah.
Tournament poker here. Yeah, I was trying to compliment Terry. I was like, oh well, I'm like, because they knocked Terry out, and I was like, yeah, well, I was like, Terry's one of the better players at this table. Then I'm like, wait a second, there's Jeff and Mike and Chuck. And Gino, and I was like, wow, this table is, it's like the Magnificent Seven over here, you know? Did you see the new Magnificent Seven, again with Chris Pratt? So it's Denzel. I don't know if you've seen either the new one or the old one. Have you seen any of them?
No.
Okay. Really classic movie. The old school one with Yul Brynner was actually really good. But
Okay.
the new one, I say new, it's probably like 4 or 5 years old now. But it's got Denzel, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke. And basically the premise is, you know, these cowboys go to a town that's being overrun by a gang, and they got to try and save the town, yada, yada. But Chris Pratt's in that movie, too, and it's so well done. It's the same guy that did, like, Training Day and stuff, and he did like a Western. It's
okay.
Fantastic. So good.
2 pair for Jeff.
I got 2 pair. What movie is that from?
Training Day.
There you go.
Jeff firing here.
Yeah, Jeff's got 2 pair and a straight draw. No diamonds out there. Dan's got in a precarious spot. Wow, Jeff just made it like a quarter size bet here, huh? 8,000? Interesting.
Yeah, so him and Dan go to the river. What comes up?
Straight,
Diamond.
Straight for Dan.
straight for Dan. Diamonds come so that Jeff can still actually win this thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to bet with that diamond, though. It's a scare card. It's probably actually the worst card for Jeff to bet on there. Look, he does not look happy with it.
No, he doesn't like it. Damn.
It just went check, check. Dan showed, yeah.
I wonder if Dan's good enough to fold to a bet there. Like, would he put 2 and 2 together that Jeff was betting on diamonds
That's
the
a
whole
really
time?
interesting question. I don't know. I'd like to think so because he's here at the final table and he has some type of Omaha sense. But
But that's that Omaha sense is like, he bet. It's the river. Diamond came.
that's my
I'm
point.
done.
That's my point. Right.
Like-
right. Right. Like,
Oh, okay.
the-
You're
yeah.
saying the sense to fold.
Right. Correct.
Okay. Tough to make that bet, but Jeff has been leading the whole time.
I mean, literally, it's such a hard card for Jeff to bet on because if you're putting Buddy on a draw, all the draws get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, straight draw, flush draw, and Jeff was open ended too. It just didn't come the way he would have needed.
Right.
To,
He
to,
had
to
the 2
complete his
pair,
straight.
and the other guy had the draw. Draw came in.
Well, 2 pair and open ended because he had the king too. So he had king jack.
Right,
So,
on the
and
queen.
Ace or 9.
The queen gave him the open ender.
That's right though. He doubled up.
Exactly. He's not hurting.
He ain't worried about it.
Limp on the
Ooh,
button.
I don't know about that one, Jeffrey.
He's gonna get away with it. Limp on the button.
Wow, look
Hits
at
his
that
clubs.
flop. Mark has top. Not sure what Mike has, but good enough that he's going to bet it. So I would not put it past him to have 4 or 5 in the big blind here. Jeff never folding clubs here. I'd like to
Never.
see a fold out of Mark here just because he really.
What is Mark
he has ace
looking for?
Any
Oh,
second pair.
top pair?
He has top.
No. You don't call that. You can bet. You can't call. Club comes.
I'm with you. Wow.
Club comes. Jeff's got the nuts.
Son, running.
The
Son,
nutter
running,
butter.
Running.
I don't know what's Mark. What are we thinking about? Oh, okay, good. It's on Jeff. Jeff's gonna fire.
Did you see Jeff's body language? He did the, it's a club. All right, I'll bet.
Mike with almost assuredly either a straight or a straight and a flush.
It has to be a flush for him to call here. It makes no sense for him to call with just a straight because, I mean, what is Jeff calling with on the button that he's not raising or betting on the turn? You know, if he has just the wheel here, it's just a terrible call. If he has like a jack high or a queen high flush draw, I kind of get it. But even then, it's just a bluff catcher at that point. Jeff's not even betting out this much with like an 8 high flush. I think he's just checking it down and hoping to win the pot. So, I mean, I don't. Right? I mean, jack high flush, bluff catcher. Queen high flush, even a bluff catcher, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mike usually puts it together pretty good. Oh, how Jeff showed it to them because everybody else left the table. I was like, Jeff, you got to show it to everybody, but everybody else is not
They
there,
go.
so they don't have to be there for that. All right. Guess what, guys? Take a little break. We're going to erase these blues off the table.
Yeah, let's take a little break.
They no longer deserve to be here, so
The Blues got to go.
they got to go. Blue moon, I saw you standing alone.
So we'll take a little 15-minute real quick.
I mean, we could sit here and talk.
Okay, we could do that. I just got to take a quick walk around because I'm a little gassy.
You know what? To be honest with you, I haven't had a break.
I'm a little gassy.
Chat, do me a favor, though. I really need this is very important. If you're going to take a break, come back because we need you. Even though you're not necessarily chatting, just your presence and knowing that you're here. I can see your number. Your number says you're here. We need you to come back. come back in like 13 and a half minutes, and if you come back, Sal and I will do voices for the next 10 minutes after that. We'll do a vote. One of us will do Sean Connery, the other will do Christopher Walken, and we'll do some commentary for like 10 minutes, okay, in those voices. But you got to come back. We have to have the same amount of people come back, and if it's less than the number I'm staring at right now, then we're not going to do it. But if it's the same or more, we'll do it. So hope to see you guys back in 12 and a half minutes. I'm Sean Connery, by the way.
Sometimes you gotta slap them. Have you ever watched this cartoon called Kite Man? There's like Bane is like one of the characters. It's like all like DC like villains.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
I am the last one. No, that's the.
That's good.
That's the draft. That's the draft. But no, I'm trying to do the Bane thing. But
Christopher Walken.
I was born in the darkness. What's going on, Joshua? Looks like we got an all in here. Aces, tree of them, and it's going to hold up. Buddy had a wrap. Gino had a wrap. No bueno. No bueno. And we are down to 6 players. Yeah, I see a lot of calls here. Blinds are 4,000, 8,000. Mark's got ace, king, queen. You're basically putting up, I don't know, what's that, about 15% of your stack just on a call. Just, you got to pick a spot here. And I really feel like just calling is just never the right play. You have to pot this. You got to get all of the extra action out of there. And, you know, it's a pretty good flop if he had gotten most of the players out. But now everybody has so much equity in this hand. We don't know what Chuck has. Tim's got a pair and a straight draw. You know, Mark, I would have liked Mark's hand a lot more had he just seen that. And now you're going to come out betting anyway. I would have liked his hand a lot more if he just potted it pre-flop. But, you know, I mean, to each his own. Tim's definitely going to come along. He's got outs to the nuts. That ain't one of them. Diamond on the turn. Let's see if anybody wants it. Let's see how bad they wants it.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Queen's going to hold up.
Needed that. And we're back. For how many hands now?
1.
Okay. Missed the first one. It was a doozy.
These guys are getting monster hands and putting in 15% of their stack with just a call pre-flop. But he's got ace, king, queen, and he's just calling 8,000. We need a little more chutzpah? I don't know. Chutzpah? A little more. Ooh, you smell nice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You know, it's Axe body spray.
It's got to be,
stuff.
right? It's got to be. It's very, very piney from the forests of Washington. State, not D.C.
Oh, I thought you were singing a song. I'm sorry. I was just letting you go. They're collecting a little money under the table. Hey, what's up, tall Josh?
Just so you know, we did not have the correct amount of viewers for us to carry on with our Christopher Walken.
Oh, good, because
Sean Connery.
I can do impressions only if they come to me. I can't just think of one.
Well, that's fine. We would have supplemented Walken with something else that you would have felt comfortable with, but it doesn't
I
matter
used
now.
to do
Go ahead.
Cosby,
Okay.
Walkins,
Not plural, just Walken.
walking and talking.
There's a barber shop by my house, and there's a truck outside, and it says Walken's Welcome, and it's just a big picture of Christopher Walken.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Make it 24 with queens. All in,
Just
over the
not gonna
top.
like that. I think it's going to be a pretty easy fold for Jeff with only a 6 and a deuce behind those queens.
Yeah, I would get the heck out of there. Against this guy. This guy, the infamous Mark K.
Are you saying Marque?
Mark K.
Marque?
This guy is scary when he raises you. Pre-flop?
You know what's funny about this is that Jeff has already made the decision to fold. There's no world in which he's calling this.
You know, it's kind of funny, too, because Mark doesn't have that strong of a hand. It's not like the it's like I would assume aces.
Six-handed heads up, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, I hear you, but
And here's
when
the thing.
you're thinking about but we're talking about this guy Mark, whose range is so tight it's ridiculous, that I figured that, ace, king, king, 8 isn't a re-raise.
No, you're right. From the image that he's been posting so far,
Yeah.
you're spot on with that assessment. But when your head's up, everybody else folds, and it's just a battle between the blinds. Ace,
Yeah, it
king,
could be
king,
anything.
Ace, king, king, rag is pretty strong.
True. This is true. But Jeff finds a fold. I think if Jeff knew that he had that hand, he would go in with them because he's actually pretty live.
Nah, not really.
What, all of his hangers were good?
I mean,
Everything was
they
good.
all would be, but he'd have to hit those hangers. I mean, he'd have to hit both hangers. He'd have to hit a 6 and a deuce. Jeff knew as soon as Mark
I guess they weren't
he was
good
folding.
because he had the overpair to him, and the strength of Jeff's hand was that overpair,
Exactly.
which is actually an underpair.
That was a double entendre. Macrame.
Macrame. You know what macrame is. Come on, quit playing dumb. Right, you don't know what macrame is.
Come
Okay,
on, everybody
let me
knows
go back
macrame.
to the
Everybody
gas
knows.
station. A gas station is where people get gas.
I'm gassy enough for both of us.
I'm a little gassy.
Wow,
Talk
Kimon-
amongst yourselves.
Kimon
A little
flops-
verklempt.
Flops the world here. He already. I'm sorry, Mark flops the world. He has the jacks. He has the gutter ball, and he flopped a pair on a rainbow board.
Gorgeous hand.
I like that hand a lot. I'd like to see him bet. Is he going to? No, of course not. Why would he? I'm just gonna let 2 other people hit a straight draw and a flush draw.
Flush draw.
Jeez.
Now you can bet. Get called. Elect's not to bet again? Okay, fair enough.
No, it's not. It's not fair enough. It's terrible. This guy hits the nuts.
He has nothing now.
He bets the flop. He takes it down.
Dan hit the wheel.
Yeah,
There you go.
just the nuts. No big deal.
Pitches it in the muck. Such a strong hand post flop. It was like crazy.
I mean, on that flop, you
Leading,
have to know. Even if someone flops top 2 pair.
Oh, I didn't see the percentage, Terry. Like how good he was on the flop.
flop?
Yeah,
I think
but it must have been like 60%.
I'd say more. I'd say more. He flopped a pair, had the overpair, and the open-ended. That's against all those other really weak hands. That's at least a 70 burger, percentage-wise, with aioli.
With the aioli. Add the aioli. Oh, goat cheese is so good.
Ah, it's so good. And some people think that feta is the same as goat cheese or equally. No, it's not.
So much saltier.
It's creamier. It's saltier.
No. The feta is just like a bomb of salt.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, no, I mean, goat cheese can be pretty salty. I guess it depends on how it's prepared, but I mean.
That's why I can't like. I like Greek stuff and everything, but if you're gonna put a half a pound of feta on it, just skip it.
I don't like the texture of feta. I think the taste is a little more. Go ahead.
And the olives together, it's just like so salty. You're like you're begging for something.
Why are we trying to screw this up? Why are we trying to screw up a good Greek meal with some olives and feta? I don't know.
They're just the right amount. You know what I mean? I don't need a half a pound of this stuff on there. Dan and Jeff with the re-raise is going to win it. Nice. There we go. Taking down a little pre-flop action. That's good. Clap, 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 clap. Good job. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see here. I got to bring the sign down. What's the phonetic spelling? I don't know how to do it. How. I want the W in there. Like how. How.
It's a totally different game in the Midwest.
And parts of Tennessee.
In Nebraska, they call it Hackensack.
Hackensack.
That poor bird has been stuck in here for like a year and a half.
I know.
It just feeds off the stuff in the trash can.
No, well, first of all, that bird he eats Rob's chicken nuggets. No, it was Le Granja. He had Rob brought in Le Granja. I was like, just so you know, that bird was like knee deep in your rice and beans, buddy. Like he's just like picking at your chicken. And this I think it was like a massage therapist came in and she's like, this poor bird he's in here. He's like, can't you do something?
Oh,
I'm
wow,
like,
look at this.
yeah, hold on.
You got a
Let me
check
get my
and
pogo stick.
a pot-sized bet. Dan's got a set of sevens. It's not the worst, but not the best card. I don't ever think.
Chuck's gone.
Yeah, I don't even think Chuck has ace jack, and he's just smooth calling on the flop. So
Chuck got lucky not to have an ace in that position,
I believe so.
but trips are good here.
But then again, if he does have an ace, he's going to have 9 more outs to a better full house than 7's full. Because if he's got 3 aces, whatever his other 3 cards are, if they come up on the river, then bingo, bango, bongo, full house, ace is full. But he doesn't, and he don't, so I don't need to talk about it.
Tim's still hanging in here, huh? 4-12.
Yes.
Okay. I mean 4-8. Sorry, 4-8.
Tim, we need you to make something happen, buddy. I need you to find a hand you like and bust it down.
So I think we should dedicate all 3-6 blind levels to 3-6 Mafia, and we just play Dope Boy Fresh the whole time.
I don't know what you just said, but I like it.
Academy Award winners?
Chip, chip, chop it up, shoot the breeze.
No,
I know.
my car goes
Yes.
peanut butter inside, outside, jelly.
I don't know, but
I don't know what
I know
that
that
is.
you know.
I know that you know.
I didn't
Jeff
know
with a
I-
decent hand. Little ace suited. Got the queen.
It's decent, I guess, is the word.
I wouldn't play it. But
I'm not playing it.
I would, though. Depends. If I could get in for a call. Yep, he's getting in for a call
so you call
here.
8,000 here. Somebody wakes up with a better hand. They
You
pot
gotta
it,
go.
and then you fold, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, why? Why
'Cause
even play it?
Because Chuck's punishing.
Good.
On the button. What's the raise? 28K?
Oh, and Tim with aces. Is he folding? Tim, this is the hand I was talking about. Please don't smooth call. Tim, this is the hand. Please don't smooth call.
Tim,
This is literally the hand I was just talking about. Please don't smooth call.
do you think he smooth calls?
Oh, he potted it. Let's go.
Pot. There we go, Timmy.
Let's go.
That's all of it, my buddy. Here we go.
24 times 3. No, it's not all of it. He's going to take some back. He's going to take back a couple thousand, I think.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for the 8,000, buddy.
Yeah, right. That's literally what we just said. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you were calling it. I was rooting for the limp. I was like, yeah, like nobody raises. You got him. You got him right where you want him, Jeff. Get in there, crack somebody. You know what I mean? But
Wow, Chuck couldn't fold that fast enough. He didn't even.
because
didn't even
Chuck
think
was
about
just
it.
position raising.
Tim, you do not have to show that, buddy.
He does though.
No, he does not.
Oh no, he
does not have to show that. As
no.
soon
I'm
as
saying
he
like
potted it.
I'm saying he has to show that.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think I'm saying Tim, the man Tim right there. He has to show that
Again.
He has to.
Again. He does not.
Well, you better tell him because he thinks that he has to. Couldn't wait to flip those up. Got aces, boys.
The second you said pot, buddy, you flipped him up.
Isn't that funny? Some people just don't say pot unless they have aces.
They can't.
Like pre-flop, obviously.
Right. Not me, buddy. If you give me 7, 8, 9, 10, we're potting that bitch. Were you there when I told my pot that bitch story?
Pot that bitch?
So I'm down south playing PLO, and you know,
Tim wants checks for 4,000.
the dealer is a lady dealer, and it gets to me, actions to me. I look at her hand, it's a really good hand. I said, "Oh, pot that bitch," and she looked at me and she's like, "What did you say?" She thought I called her a bitch. And I said, "No, ma'am, no. That's what I say when I want to pot that bitch."
That bitch, not that this bitch.
That's an easy fold for Mike. He has no outs. He only has a king here with the jack kicker. Even if Jeff only has a wrap, he still actually has a bit of a – it might only be 60-40 if Mike favors. So this is Mike's never calling here.
I think what you're supposed to say is, no, I said pot that bitch, not you, bitch.
Precise in the chat. What's up, buddy? This is a weekly PLO tournament. Every Thursday, we have a $150 buy-in, $3K guarantee. First place for this particular tournament will be $1,700. Tournament starts at 11 a.m. and usually goes till about anywhere between 4 to 5 o'clock. This is actually a loaded final table with the local PLO tournament pros, but usually it ends at about 4 to 5 o'clock. But yes, sir, or lady, I guess you could be a lady, but those look like man fingers holding that cigar. So, Timmy Tires, Timmy. Luna said that. I didn't say that.
Timmy Tires?
Timmy Tires.
King 9, 7, 6. So, suited. What do you think about that hand?
I love it. I love those hands. I'm never folding that in a cash game. In a tournament setting, I can see you folding that, I guess. But even in a tournament, I mean, I want to see a flop with that hand. I love hands like that. You have so much range.
Yeah.
Did he have a 10? No, it was like 6, 7, 9 king, right? So that was a good
Yeah,
fold
it was
in this
King
case.
9, 7, 6.
Dan just flops the world here. 10's full, no big deal.
No big deal. Checks it, as he should.
I actually like that, yep.
See if somebody picks up a flush draw, which they don't. Maybe Marker Chuck, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's possible. Dan, now's your time to bet, though, buddy.
Dan, now's
got to get a little money in this pot.
And you don't want to see a king, queen, or jack come up.
Little heavy.
Because
I bet small there.
No, I like that. That's a little more than half pot size bet. But honestly, if someone has a flush, they're betting that flush anyway. So I mean, it's moot at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I bet a lot. I bet small a lot.
You're absolutely right, especially with 2 check rounds. But even a small bet, it's getting through.
If I had been known to just constantly bet small whenever they give me the chance to, then I probably would have bet small again if that was my image on the flop. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're not wrong.
But that's setting it up, though. But, yeah, definitely bet small on the turn. I mean, you have 10s full of aces. It's a wrap. It's all over. You're going to win this pot.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. But with 3 other players in, I mean, they could easily have queens or jacks or kings. And if one of those cards come on the river, you obviously lose to a higher full
Agreed.
house.
If a queen, a jack, or a king comes,
right,
not an ace because you're good on the ace.
Correct.
But, yeah, if a king or maybe even a 9, you might even want to put a 9 in there. Oh, no, because 9 is no good.
No, you have the nuts. You have the effective nuts.
Yeah, but if king, queen, or jack comes, then, yeah, you got to pump the brakes.
I like Dan's hand here a lot. Again, at this point in the tournament, I'm still never just smooth calling. That's just never the right play. Jeff obviously has kings here, which, is kind of going against what I'm saying, but I'm still just... I want to get out all of the weak holdings, and you could take down a lot of pots by just potting it. If he pots it right here,
he heard you.
It's 25,000 per blind level. So it's 10,000 big blind, 10,000 ante, and a 5,000 small blind.
Oh yeah,
that's 25,000 every time. So
picking up blinds is huge right now. Huge. It's the tournament.
But that's what I'm saying, Dan. Yeah. I mean, Dan. So then you just open fold there. I mean, you call fold. I don't know.
Oh, with the call. Well, yeah. I think there's. So far, since the break, the limp has been getting punished. So people are going to start learning real quick.
But that's my point, though. Instead of just limping, pot that. And then if someone else pots behind you, you know they are so strong. But at the same time, Jeff might even fold kings there. With a guy like Dan potting at pre-flop, he might fold. Probably not. But with only a 6-7 behind, he's not even suited anywhere.
No, I've seen him lay down kings
Of
before.
Course. Maybe I don't know about pre-flop, but, I mean, with a guy like Dan or Tim or even Mark at that point, if they're potting you pre-flop,
yeah,
you might fold kings. So, I don't know.
Dan, ace 9, 7, 7. Yeah, well, either way you look at it, one thing is for sure, the limping strategy at this table is not a viable one.
Oh, we're doing it again.
He's going to limp again?
Oh,
boy.
Jeff
it's not working.
Exact same hand.
Yeah.
Jeff has literally the exact same hand.
He's going to pinch him again. Here comes the pinch.
Stop it.
Stop, Jeff.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Okay. All right. I don't.
We're just letting all these weak holdings just.
Well,
Oh, Chuck's gonna
you
do
let
it?
him in.
Wow, look at
All
this.
right. Let's see what happens here.
Oh wow.
Great flop for kings.
I mean, kinda. Nothing's a good flop with small blind, big blind coming through. Mike has top pair and a straight draw. How good are kings? We don't even know what Chuck has.
I bet that with kings.
Yeah.
I bet that guy.
Pre-flop and on the flop.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What do you do, Dan?
Dan's gonna hit a 4 and win this thing. That's what's gonna happen. Bet 15 thou.
Mike calling with tens and a straight draw. No, he has the ace of clubs. He might try to rep a weird flush on the river if it comes, but
Well, he checks. I was gonna say
he pots that bitch.
I was like, Jeff is just hoping to God that Mike checks, because if he puts in one chip, Jeff's out. So that's good. That he got a whole. Wow. He ended up winning the hand. Kings held up the whole way through, despite everybody's attempt at trying to crack those things.
There we go. First place, 1,700. Second place, 1,093. Third, 761. Fourth, 590. Fifth place, $503. Don't forget to tip your dealers.
You know what's kind of interesting? I think he would have made the same amount of money if he would have just won free flop.
Maybe less. Maybe less, because then Mike wouldn't have called on the turn, so he would have made less. But again, are we being results oriented, or are we being, he led in 3 hands that should not.
Oh,
have
there
been
was
there.
a bet on the turn? I forgot. Jeff's
Yeah,
Kings
Jeff bet
won
15
max
on the turn.
value.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah.
Tall Josh. Shout out.
Thanks, Joshua. Yeshua.
Marky Mark.
Queens on Queens violence.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Bronx.
I'll take Mike's Queens.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're both pretty bad. Mark's double suited though.
Right. Mark is double suited.
Mike has
Which
straight
makes him way better, but
possibilities.
Mike's got the 9 and the 8, which I think is pivotal.
Pivotable. Oh,
Pushki.
Mikey.
Push it.
It's so weird that this is the spot that he picks, especially with a guy like Mark raising in front of him. Like,
I love it.
I guess.
It's time, man.
What do you love about it, though?
It's time. It's a
No,
decent hand.
it's not. It's not time. Mark raised pre-flop.
Because he was hoping that he had aces. Honestly, it's a good hand against aces.
No,
Let's
it's
go.
not. Why do you keep saying shit like that? It's a terrible hand against aces.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not. Spades. Somebody prove me wrong. Rap. Spades, rap, chop.
Choppy chop.
I love the Troppy Chop. I will eat the shit out of a Troppy Chop.
As long as you got enough cilantro garlic.
Buddy, you are my hero. Say less. When I get the Troppy Chop, I say extra garlic cilantro sauce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the jam there with the queen 9-8 single suited. I like it.
Yeah, I heard
especially on the button.
Bro, cheesy yucca bites. Let's go, Josh. I was actually down at a Marlins game a couple days ago, and they had pulled pork yucca, like nachos, pulled pork yucca nachos. So they weren't nacho chips; they were like little yucca chunks, and there was pulled pork and like a garlic cilantro sauce on that too, with pickled onions on top. That shit was fire.
Nacho chips.
Fuego. Man, I like Jeff's hand a lot here. I like Dan's hand here, too, which is weird because Chuck has the best hand, but, I mean, I guess it's all relative. Wow, Jeff is doing it here, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Double
Look
suited,
at
good
that
hand.
flop.
Both kind of hit that, so I don't see why
mean,
not.
I guess. Jeff needs a jack,
Jack would be nice.
and that's it. Jack is
Runner,
all it-
runner, spade, 7,
Wow,
8.
9 hits the spade. but
Runner,
he's
runner,
got
spade. Got it.
No, he's got 9s full of queens.
Oh, full house?
Yep.
Oh, you're right. 9's full of queens.
No. Tiller, no, he's got 9s. Wow. I think he missed that, right?
I think Jeff might have had 9's full of queens also.
No. He had 9s full of queens.
Queen 9. I saw Jeff also had queen 9.
He did not have queen 9.
What do you have?
He had 9-10. And then he had a flush on the river. And Tiller gave it to him because he had a flush. But if all the cards were read correctly there,
You're saying Jeff didn't have a queen?
I am very much so saying that.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
It all happened so fast.
It did very fast.
Tim with a decent hand here. King, queen, queen 8. See what he does with it. All right. He wants to just limp it. Go up against a couple of multi-way action here with a bunch of good hands. Diamonds comes the flop. Jeff binks the nut flush. That's called binking the nut flush.
What's it called?
Binking it. And he's going to fire away. Ooh. Fire. Nobody has diamonds, so they can't do it. Tim's got the queen of diamonds blocker. Not that he's going to really think about that because he gone. The only question is Dan. We don't know what Dan's hand is. He's going to make a call. All right, so Jeff and Dan pair the board. Uh-oh.
Easy game.
Now Jeff's going to have to slow down here. Oh, and Dan's just... Oh, this is hysterical. We don't know what Dan's hand is, but he's kind of playing this straight up.
Yep.
So we know what he's got. It's called an ace and a 10.
Could be 10s. Could be a set of 10s, but you're right. It's looks pretty face up.
Jeff's got to think about this for a
Well,
second.
Jeff has a speech, and as soon as he starts talking, then you know he's gonna fold.
Right.
This is the folding speech.
Yep, this is the folding speech. I wish we could hear it.
I mean, it's
Oh, I wish we could hear it. Maybe turn it up. I don't know. I can see it's still distorted. All right. There it is. I never did the cheesy yucca bites. I never did that.
he's talking about from Pollo, right?
Yeah. But I probably should give it a shot.
Sounds good.
Damn it. Now I got to go the polo.
The Polo Tropical. The Polo Tropical.
Pollo tropical.
Jeff, you got 360K, man. There's no reason to, you're basically a shoe-in for like top 2 here. Let's again, it's these hands are hard to fold, obviously, but you know as soon as the action happens the way it happens, you just know you're folding. It's just so hard to let it go when it's happening in real time, you know. But like
Right.
Jeff knows he's folding there. He knew as soon as Dan came out in bed he was folding.
Right. He's upset that he has to do it.
Yeah.
But he's disciplined enough to do it.
Exactly.
Which is kind of funny because it's like, why are you even just throw it in? You're like, yeah, hope that was right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to kind of fold here, so all right, here you go.
Even if you're wrong, you know it's the right fold. You know, Like even if
Yeah.
if he's coming out.
When you go checking tins, like like looking for other people's chips to throw in the pot. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm wondering if he asked what the pot was, and then Tiller told him, and then he just kind of like was
It's
counting
just
it out
like
like that.
mad
but
dash, throwing chips in the pot like a
he was totally okay with putting that
squirrel.
money in there.
Squirrel putting his like harvest away for the winter. He's just jamming it in there. King Queen 6-3. Not gonna try to steal the blinds. Tim, ooh, in a surprise turn of events, also doesn't decide to try to steal the blinds. Ooh, free money. Anybody.
Check, check.
Anybody at all. Free money. Mark
wow.
hits trip fives on the
course he
river.
does.
Jeff's going to take a stab. Oh. Did he get the straight? He's got a 4-8? Yep, he's got a 4-8. Turns out he could have just said pot and got paid off right there, too. Yeah, I guess I was pretty much close to pot.
There's not too much you're scared of right there, especially with a check, check, check. You know he didn't flop a straight. You know, I mean, it's
just so funny. The last card gives Jeff a straight, him the trips.
How often do we see that, though? I feel like that happens all the time.
I know.
Especially in Omaha.
Everybody's got something or nobody's got something. That's honestly, Terry, if there's one thing I can give you to concentrate the most on in PLO, not that I'm like, just one thing that helps me is trying to find the spot where nobody's got anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm actively, like everything else I feel like just kind of plays itself. You know what I mean? All of my concentration is just going into trying to find the spot that nobody's got anything.
Let me tell you something.
That's it.
The best Omaha players in the world are bluffy.
Yeah.
They will try and find those spots where they know people cannot call for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Those
are the best Omaha
and the
players
way,
in the world.
You watch them on stream or whatever, I'm sure, and like JD Nans or whatever, and he's just like talks through the explanation of why.
Like on a flop
this
like
guy's
this.
got
like
nothing.
Like on a flop like this. On a flop like this. Once it checks around to Jeff, I'm betting that flop. And you can bet whatever you want because you're going to find out real fast if someone has an ace. That's a great flop.
A lot of information.
Five-handed, that's a great flop to try to bet.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he waited twice to do it, which is totally okay too. But same thing happens on the flop. Now, obviously, we can see the cards. We know they don't have it. But when they both show weakness on a flop like that, you might be able to get them to fold a flush draw. Maybe not the nut flush draw, but they're folding a lot of flush draws on that flop. Let's find those spots. Let's take down some chips on those spots. Blinds are huge right now.
Oh, in the multi-table, it's even a bigger. It's even more important. You know what I mean? Way more important.
Oh, agreed, 100%.
In the MTT, especially towards the end of a final table, these chips are just super, super valuable. The dead chips where nobody has a hand, there's just so much of it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Craziness. And the fact that Tim doesn't get any of those, it's like, you know what I mean? He doesn't get any of those. He doesn't get any of those.
Sir, you will address him as Timmy Tires.
Timmy Tires doesn't get any of those. Mark doesn't get any of those.
I'm kind of surprised Jeff just folded his hand. That was a pretty big hand. He's got a big old chip stack, too. He had a suited ace and a couple of different straight draws. Not that it's a bad fold. I was just kind of surprised that he did it. He had position, too. But there's Jeff again, folding when the time is right. Let's see. Mike's got two pair. Mark's got a straight draw.
Kings and fours. And he goes all in with it. Solid. No flush draws, luckily for Mike here, so it's going to get through. Mark's got an inside straight draw, but he knows better not to call that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. We will crown a champion today, the champion of Omaha at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, the Omaha champion of Thursday, the 3K guarantee. Super fun tournament. Everybody loves to come out and play this one.
Listen, if I didn't work here, I would be here every Thursday playing this tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that. I would literally be here every Thursday playing this tournament. Just the fact that you only have to put up $150 to play Omaha, let alone a chance to win 1,700.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's pretty dope.
yeah, I agree. Jeff has put himself in a really good position here to just kind of wait out his opponents. Maybe not wait them out necessarily. That's not the best statement. But, I mean, he just has a huge chip stack right now. He has over 50% of the chips in play. And, wow, that's a great start.
Picks up a great hand.
I don't want to see him. I want to see him put the pedal to the metal right here.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because it's hidden. You have to raise just to hide your hand.
What is it, 25 maybe? 15? Yeah, see, he's only calling.
Call.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay, Jeffrey.
Now Mark's in with his diamonds. If you raise, Mark's out.
I think so.
And now your diamonds are good.
Yeah. Could probably just take down the pot but now you're letting in 3 players for free. Wow, look at all those diamonds.
Yeah, 4-way to the flop. Jeez. Jack 7, good for
Just a pair of jacks, I guess, right? Dan's got the best hand right now. Jeff got a pair of 7. That's a rainbow flop. I tell you what, if I'm any of these guys, I'm betting this flop. Nothing connects. There's no flush draws, no straight draws,
right.
Really.
2 pairs good here.
Jeff now has a flush draw, but still that king completes Mark's hand. So now Mark has a pair of kings. Is it strong enough for Mark to call, though? Probably not. But
we've seen him call top pair in the past, like it was pretty strong. When he had like ace king.
Wow, he is all in.
Wow, he's pushing with this.
Interesting. I wonder how Jeff feels about this. You have a pair and a flush draw and a lot of chips. What's it going to be for him to call? Yeah, he calls. He's getting the right price.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he's getting the right price.
Wow, is it really 50-50?
Bro, look at all those outs. Any 2-pair draw, any flush, and a 6. That'll do it. Kings and 6s. I'm sorry, 7s and 6s.
Yep.
Absolutely, he's getting the right price. With the pair, I mean, if it was just the flush draw, I mean, probably not, but with the flush draw. And it was 30. I mean, he was getting over 5 to 1.
He was all over that flop.
He was getting over 5
all
to
over
1.
it. Yeah.
So that's
100%.
Yeah.
Good call. Worked out for him. Mark's gone. Down to 4. Jeff's stack just got a little bit bigger. Hey, you guys want an ICM?
I mean, if I'm Jeff, I mean, I don't even know if I'm offering an ICM. If you
know.
want to give me 1,700,
no, these guys are in trouble.
You can
these
chop
guys
up
are in
the other
$68,
but I'm not taking anything less than.
Oh, where's Mike? He can't lose this hand. He's got to see this hand. Where is Mike? What is he doing?
Mikey, no.
Oof. Yikes. Oh, good. They're gonna.
Oh, look at Tiller.
Tiller,
what
all
a pro.
All Tiller, no filler.
What a pro.
This man, the legend.
He knows where he's at.
King 9 doo-doo.
King 9 doo-doo. Look at Jeff. Jeff is on a sun run here.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, look at Timmy.
Tim just doesn't even want
Timmy.
box with it. Wow.
Ooh, Tim, what are you waiting for?
Wow. I mean, it was the right fold there, but that's such a strong hand. Heads up, 4-handed. What are we doing?
He needs aces, man. The guy needs aces or kings. Kings sometimes. All right, Mike's back just in time for his big blind and his big blind ante. 4-way. Everybody's on life support. Jeff's got this stack. Let's see if he can finish this off. He's in the lead. He's like Tiger in the lead. It's Sunday. Here we go. You know what I mean?
I do. I don't know if they do. I do, though.
Tiger.
Arr.
We could be just like Tiger Woo and his daddy.
Tiger Woo. I like him. Oh, wow.
Danny.
Dan.
Time to go a little raisy daisy here.
No, of course he's not raising.
Raisy daisy,
There's
Danny.
No way. There's no world in where he just doesn't. He just doesn't raise.
Oh, we can really see Mike's cards good here. Jack 8-9 or 9-3. 8 something. Oh, my goodness. Dan, how do you just limp here? Oh, there he is, Jeff. Thank you. Jeff's going to put the pressure on. Dan, you're fully live, brother. Just go ahead and rip it in there. Go ahead and call. It's okay. Your clubs are good. Okay, fair enough. That's a 15K.
Jeff got a monster. Wow, he folded. This guy call folds more than anybody I've ever seen.
I don't know how you get away on a raise with that hand. I'm calling.
I'm not even thinking twice about it, to the point where I'm probably getting it all in, to be honest with you. And the reason I say that is because I'm always raising. I'm always potting with that hand under the gun, four-handed. And then if Jeff puts me in, he puts me in. Let's see what happens, But, I mean, you got to pick a spot here. And when you're giving away at 10,000 a clip, I mean.
Oh, yeah, 15 he
15
called. And now he's got to put another 30 in. Oof.
That's rough. That's a rough one.
Yeah. Timmy under the gun, just hanging on. If there's one thing Tim knows how to do, it's hang on, though. You know what I mean? This guy,
around.
You're going to have to
He's got alligator
pry those
blood.
chips out of his cold corpse because he ain't giving them up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See if somebody gets to mount a comeback against Jeff and chop this thing.
I mean, Jeff could double up each one of these guys, and he would still be the chip leader, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his plan, but I think that is still impressive. Tim doesn't like his deuce 7, jack 9. Jeff says, I will play almost anything. This is not one of them.
Mike with double suited. Jack and like a 6-high rundown.
Smashing a set on the flop. Easy game.
Old Danny boy. Here he goes.
Not much of a girlfriend. You're the only one I got.
$10.15, so 30, 40,000 up for grabs every time you raise, and if your stack is less than that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, Mike. Mike's on the button. I think pretty much any decent hand is going to get him to go all in here, as long as Jeff folds, which he's not. So that just ends that. Jeff's going to come in. Mike's going to have to leave. See what Jeff decides to raise this up to. 20, 50. Makes it 50. Let's put that anywhere you like, Terry. Danny boy can't call. And Tim. Wow. What happened here with Dan? I got distracted for a second. Sorry, fellas. Ladies out there. Oh, Tim? Tim doubled up? Timmy! I missed it, Tim. Oh, my goodness. He's back. Die Hard. The Lieutenant McLean. Mike here under the gun. He doesn't have many hands. This is it. He's going to need something that's halfway decent. Not even halfway decent. Something that's just decent.
I mean, whatever.
All right, Mikey. What do you say, pal? That's it. That's good enough. That is good enough. Yep. And he agrees. 20, 30, 34. All in.
Ooh, you think Tim's going to call with jacks? Short
Tim
stack?
just doubled up.
Did he?
Yep.
Cool.
Doubled up through Jeff.
Did he have aces?
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see the graphics.
Jeff has 500,000, so Jeff's like, yeah, I'll call with 70% of the chips in play.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here.
Excuse me.
What kind of hand Jeff has here. Is Tim going to bluff? Not bluff him. Is Tim going to run him off here?
Well, we're going to find out real fast if Jeff has a king.
Check, check.
Jeff does not.
10 of
Jacks
clubs.
are still good.
Check, check.
Oh, Jacks might be good here. Let's see.
I think they're going to hold. Yeah. Mike with the 7, 8, 9. Didn't get what he needed. He needed a jack or a 6. Maybe another 9. I don't know. But didn't come. Definitely had to go there, as far as ICM is concerned. Just had to do it.
Listen, Tim has played a total of 4 hands this entire final table, and he has made final 3. So I can't say nothing.
He's hard to kill, man. The dude is sticks around.
They call him Timmy Tires for a reason.
Right, because he's got that tread. You know what I mean? This guy, he can go the distance.
He's going for speed. He's all alone.
All alone.
That's bad. That's bad. Yep. Yeah. Oh, what would you have done? You would have radioed down there? Yeah.
First place, $1,768. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
Right. I don't think so. Oh, did they tell him? Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, well, when it comes down to it, I mean, it's up to you to also read your own hand and protect your own hand to make sure, so, I mean.
What are they doing right here? Counting it up for the chop? I think that's what they're doing here. This looks like a count up for the chop.
I think so.
So I guess the clock keeps running. Yep, nope, they're chopping. That's it. Folks, we are done, my friends. So let me just bring it in over here for a quick second. Yo, my guys. We did it. It was a quick tournament. Down to 3. Jeff took it down. Tim hung in there. And Dan, the trip man, looks like he's going to take about kind of split second and third. Terry's doing the wave or the Gumby or whatever you call it.
Selling used cars over here.
Just kidding. Okay, we're going to cut it off. And thank you all for joining in. Appreciate you. That shout out to That's All Josh, Bluke, Precise, and
Luna.
Also, you know who. Nancy
Oaktie.
Yeah, we
want
always
to thank our
appreciate the
production
love.
crew. We want to thank Barlington, Rob, James, Kevin running the tournaments today, Joey, Dolan, Snap God, tournament director, Jacob. Pretty much everybody that makes the show run, makes the card room run. And, hey, man, I want to thank you. You make things run, too.
Yes. And thank you to Terry What else can I say? Omaha.
We're gonna go do some take some macrame classes, and it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. We'll show you our results next week.
Can't wait for that.
Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you next week, Thursday, 11 a.m. for PLO.
PLO.
Guarantee. Have a good one, guys. Good luck.
Good luck. Bye.